West Coast.
Oh yeah, you know I had to turn it up for one time. Elliott, you ready? DJ Hed, you ready?
West Coast.
Hey Jeremy, you ready?
They know it's time.
Let's get it. It's a cold game, cold world, that's why we talk about it. Ain't like everybody else that'll just walk around it. Views is different, snap a picture and now it's vintage. Cause it ain't just talking for the views, that's how he meant it. It's the bigger picture. Yeah, it's the bigger picture. Yeah, it's the big picture.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The bigger picture.
That's such a 90s rapper shit. The hype.
Wait, y'all, why y'all don't respect women?
Sorry,
What?
sorry, black
Sorry.
people.
What?
My bad.
It likely
Oh, there we go on the high
That's
seas.
Alex.
There we go.
Look at
Alex.
Alex.
That's good.
Thank you, Alex.
That's good.
You know
So you
what I'm
actually
saying?
go
Moment of
under the
clarity.
weather.
Thank God for granting me
Wow.
that moment of clarity.
Are we rolling?
So the sailors was sick and shit.
No.
You sailors was
What
sick.
is there anything they want to hear about today?
Yeah, what do y'all what do the chat, what do y'all want us to talk about on this episode? While Elise is doing the clack clacks.
The
She's
bigger
about to
picture.
come on stage and do the
bigger
clacks.
picture.
And Elliott, they want another Elliott crash out.
The bigger picture. I'm not crashing
I
out
think
today.
that's. They said.
I leave that to Stephen
Did
A.
you see?
Smith.
I did a poll last time on the YouTube chat. It was a 90% said that it was happening, and 10%
They said I
no.
did 4 or 5 last episode.
Yeah.
Was it 4 or 5?
I have so many.
I did a triple double of crash outs.
I have so many trigger points for you, so we'll see. We'll see.
Are you not trying to trigger me?
No, I'm not
Crash
trying
Out?
to trigger you, but I have to talk about the news, and so if something comes up that may
I
trigger
wonder
you.
why is DJ Hed wearing a Lakers jacket, an homage to LeBron James, and he's trying to bait me as a Stephen A. Smith, a fellow journalist.
We gonna get there.
Is that what you trying to do?
We gonna get there.
Is that the play?
You know what I'm saying?
Is that the
I'm gonna
play?
get off now, chat. We gonna get there.
Yeah, that whole thing reminded me so much of the hip hop media space. And as soon as I saw Pat McAfee get the LeBron interview, I know it has nothing to do with you, but I felt for you. I was like, I feel like
you would be like the fucking Pat McAfee. That's why you love it, right? You like the innocent white dude. Hey, LeBron just wanted to come to my platform. He just hit me up. He was in Indiana.
You see
He just
it.
wanted to come by. We didn't even ask him to come. But he said, hey, you guys want me to come by your show before I go play the Pacers the next night? Sure.
no, because Pat, I don't think considers himself a journalist, does he? He's more
No,
of a
he's a jock.
personality.
And I was telling Salas, are we live? We
Yeah.
live? Charlamagne, we
yeah,
live?
we're live.
I was telling backstage, I was telling Hed's manager Salas, our good friend Salas, that people forget because Pat McAfee's become this independent mogul, but he's a former player. He's a former kicker. So jocks favor jocks. Jocks don't like journalists. That's why jocks run down on journalists and say, I don't like what you wrote about me, because jocks favor jocks. So of course, it was strategic to go against Stephen A. Smith and go on his rival and popularity on that network, but also still benefits Stephen A. Smith, as our guy Real Life Kaz has said, like, you know, who wins with that? ESPN wins. He went to Stephen A.'s rival to give an exclusive 1 hour interview, 1 hour, 15-minute interview. So it benefits ESPN. ESPN wins in the end.
The system always wins. Universal Music always wins,
Universal
no matter
gonna win.
what.
You
Whether
see it,
Drake and
Jeremy
Kendrick
Heck?
kill each
No
other.
matter
Drake and
what.
Kendrick can kill each other.
Jeremy Heck, you
Universal
see it?
wins.
Okay, we got the Western Conference, National Basketball Association, HWC, NBA, Mitchell and Ness.
Mitchell and Ness, shout out to the homegirl Kelly. You know what I'm saying? But you see it, Elliott Wilson.
They said LeBron is bringing the Kendrick type energy at this point in
You
his
see
career.
it, Elliott Wilson.
Is that West Coast energy
You
LeBron's
see it.
on? Is that what your homage is?
You see it.
You're paying respect to
You
LeBron's new
see it.
energy?
You know what the fuck
Is it a
going on?
West Coast energy?
You know what it is, what it's going to be, and what it's some more of. Shout out
Standing
to
on-
Kiki Loco.
Standing on business?
Yeah, exactly.
How did you feel about the LeBron interview?
LeBron do what he want to do.
He's on his whacked out murals vibe.
Why
Yeah.
he going on a white man's platform and not
Okay,
going
look.
to his fellow
This
brothers?
is what we will say.
Gilbert right there.
This is what we'll say. Welcome to the bigger picture.
Gil's
I'm
Arena
back.
right.
I'm DJ
Gil's
Hed.
Arena down
Jeremy
the
Hecht.
street. DJ Elliott Wilson.
DJ Elliott Wilson.
Well, you know, anybody can be a fucking DJ these days. You know
That's
what
the
I'm
first
saying?
time I ever called myself a DJ. I love
God,
it.
this is going to be the last, probably.
I gotta be MC Elliott Wilson. Jeremy, I
Journalist
can get
Head
mad.
and DJ Wilson.
I'm Elliott Wilson.
We should swap for a week.
I don't want to swap. No, I can't. I
You
don't
could
wanna swap.
DJ a radio show. You can play all the Tommy Richmond you want. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about white MCs later. I do white MC theory I want to share with you guys.
All right. I'm a little under the weather. We discussed this. So, the shout out to the chat.
Because you travel too much. You get too many bags out there.
It's no bags.
You was fresh off the European tour. Playing
New
Drake
jackets.
vocals over Kendrick
Don't
beats.
make me laugh because I'm going to blow mucus everywhere. So
Hey, man, we need the views, man.
Unless you want to make it rain mucus in this motherfucker, don't make me laugh.
Head don't even wipe his nose, this guy, this Kendrick fan. This guy's nasty.
I'm too busy glazing. Okay, so
that's why you're sick.
Yeah, you're sick of glazing.
You're sick of watching Kendrick win.
You sick of being Nokia being number one? It's not.
It's coming though.
But
the music video.
Okay,
projected top 5 video on the way. Let's talk about it.
This is what I will say. I am a LeBron fan now. Right?
Wow.
No. I'm not saying. Obviously, he's a Laker.
Did it start when he won the chip in the bubble for you? Or
before that, Elliott Wilson.
Okay, my bad.
I am a LeBron fan. There's only one critique that I have, which actually I've tweeted Ray Daniels today. Ray Daniels actually had a great point.
Okay.
I agree with Ray Daniels' point that if LeBron and people who are likened to LeBron have the platform that they have, they should definitely go and embrace whatever the new platform is, or the younger platform. Break a platform with your platform, right? Same thing like with Mustard. He broke LMA. I'm just random comparison. That being said, other than that, I love the fact that LeBron, because here's the thing, Elliott Wilson, Jeremy Hecht, we've been critical of people not talking to the media.
Amazing interview.
We've been critical.
Amazing interview.
You've been critical.
I love it.
Okay.
I hope it inspires rappers to
Pat
get
McAfee media?
He is indeed.
Media.
LeBron James went and talked to media?
And I think he did a good job. He had an hour, 15-minute interview with LeBron. LeBron was very revealing and said a lot of great things.
So
that's the power of a great interview, power of a big interview.
Now that we got the people talking to media, now we can, all right, cool, we appreciate that. DJ Hed and Ray Daniels are like for LeBron to go to a platform, that could use that.
That's not going to happen.
Why?
Because we don't look out for each other. It's the same shit. It's black folks on black folks. We don't look out for each other.
Hey, LeBron gave Bronny a huge shot. He is looking out for people who needed a platform.
That's black empowerment.
And I put some respect on Bronny's name real quick. 39 points.
Did you just take
in the
Bronny
G
shot?
No, I'm putting respect on his name. I need people to actually put some respect on this man's name. 39 points in the G League. This man's coming to the league
Stephen A. Smith
again, and he's going to take over.
LeBron and Bronny. Bronny's shown he could actually play.
Yeah.
Hey, Bronny
can play now.
Hey, low key, he might have needed that Stephen A. energy.
Stephen A. might have lit the flame.
Hey, that nigga been hooping.
He's balling elite in the G League level, and he's balling good in the ball level.
He did 17 points in the real league.
What we don't need, though, is niggas to start dropping mixtapes.
You know you're gonna rap.
Please don't.
You know Bronny
gonna get an album off in about a couple years.
Bro.
Shaq did it. We wasn't mad when Shaq did it.
Shaq different.
He was a Laker. If you're a Laker, you gotta cut an album off.
What?
Kobe tried to do it too.
Yeah, he did.
Good point.
Yeah.
Bro.
He was with 50 Cent and Trackmasters in the studio making things happen, baby.
You know, we don't need just random Lakers dropping that. We don't need the AR-15
but that's
album.
What y'all did.
We don't know.
Austin would have.
Bro, we don't need the Austin Reeves album, dog.
You know Reeves got a good 16.
You think you could out-rap Austin Reeves?
Write it.
I haven't heard him rap.
That's not what I asked you.
I'll go with yeah.
So you shoot your shot, King.
I mean, I don't want to take a random shot for no reason.
But if he had bars for you, you would answer the call.
I would answer, yeah. So if we hear Austin Reeves take a shot at me on a mixtape,
so bad.
He do the hype, man. You gotta let the hype loose.
But the thing is, I know I've had shots taken at me in media, but I don't want to return fire from a media platform on a song. I feel like I got to meet them on this platform. If somebody takes a shot at me on a song, I'll return to the booth. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate LeBron going to media to have a conversation because he didn't have to. Now, how he chose to do it was extremely petty.
But you love also.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can appreciate also.
Don't Pat McAfee come on right after Stephen A. Smith?
Yes, he's also the second biggest name. And then there's a battle for who is the face of the network. Pat McAfee is huge. He came as an independent force.
Well, it's no question that Stephen A. Smith is the face of the network.
And they just cut him a big check that proves that. But at the same time, he's raised Pat McAfee's value by going on his platform. And again, ESPN wins. So
I would like for
Pat
LeBron,
McAfee about to renegotiate too in a minute.
Okay, so when Bronny chooses to have his conversation, whatever that
bars,
I would love for you to go sit with a platform that could use that.
No, but here's the beauty about LeBron, and we talked all back in the day. I talked about this. Remember when Quincy Jones started doing, before he passed away, rest in peace, great Quincy Jones?
Yeah.
He started giving some wild-ass interviews. So what happens is, and people comparing LeBron to even Kobe in his later years, as you get older, gentlemen, you stop giving a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You start telling your real truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's going to stop LeBron at this point? So there's a lot more cussing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more like raw authenticity. Like, this nigga was saying wild things like he think Cleveland might have rigged the lottery draft and shit for him to be the number one pick.
I saw that.
He had said all types of shit that he wouldn't have said years ago. So as you get older, there's a glory in that people get more and more honest, and they're great interviews. They're going to give you that raw, authentic truth.
Hey, you know what I'm at? Where I'm at, Jeremy?
Where?
Hunt? 20 million liquid or 70 years old. That's when I'm going to just say whatever the fuck I want to say.
That's your number. So your number and age.
Well, whatever comes
Set
first.
your price,
Okay.
kid.
It's like a warranty on,
Okay.
on,
Your
on
price,
the filter.
kid.
Okay.
It's a filter warranty.
Do you have the first thing that you'll say ready? Like a press conference, you just received a $20 million bag. Do you know exactly the first thing you're going to say in that press conference? Like, hello, world. I've been waiting. I've been holding this
Yes.
in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the words I can't say.
Okay.
Let them fly.
just one.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to let you know. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah. All of
Okay,
them.
all right.
Let it go.
Hopefully on some FCC governed terrestrials channel. Hopefully.
And
Oh, yeah,
you'll
you
be
gotta do
like
it there,
from
right?
remote, from an island or something. You're like,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah. But now I can't do it that way because they have a dump button. They'll be able to censor me. I got to be live in studio
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Let
I'm
the
for
chop-
sure
let
letting
the-
it. 20 million liquid.
Liquid.
Yeah.
That asset shit, people play them games.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
playing them games.
Mhm.
20 million
No
liquid,
estimates.
70 years old. Because what you going to do? I'm 70.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You going to lock me up? I got 20 years left. At the most.
Well, yeah.
God willing. You know what
We
I'm
see
saying?
people in politics do the same thing. I do disagree though with your point about
Oh, shit.
giving back to a platform if you're the biggest star. I actually love to see when a platform earns the exact timing that the star gives them. Like I feel like it's just as much the
Alignment.
platform's alignment of their moment that the star gives them. And like, for example, your Rap Radar interview with Drake, right?
Mhm.
You
I feel
always
like-
Glaze and Elliott. No, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, just a quick co-host glaze pause. No,
It's never
but
going to happen again. Can I have my moment?
You got it.
yeah, so let's look at that, right? Like that you
Way back. 2019. Way back.
that moment.
Way back. Back
We have
in the
mucus.
time. Hey,
We have
time
mucus
out,
coming out.
Man down.
Head-
Why is that so funny? Why you clowning a nigga because he can't get an interview in the 2020s? What's so motherfucking funny? Do you know something I don't know? Look at that shit. Shout out Theo, man. Theo, the
Hey,
fucking
I knew the crash
director.
out was coming, and I sipped my tea anyway. Fuck it. All right, go ahead.
Okay. The point being that interview
Please
felt like
definitive moment.
it felt like a definitive moment, and it felt like not only an earned moment from you because of the relationship that you guys had, but it felt like the perfect moment for your platform and for Drake to speak his truth about a lot of shit that he's been
The big
holding
interview.
back on. That
The
was a
big
big
interview,
interview, right?
yep.
If he would have done, let's say, Joe Budden a couple years later, like he was talking about, that would have been the moment, I think, to go there and do that platform, and it would have been perfect. We've seen it happen a few times, but I think that to me is much cooler because you get what the fans have been waiting for. You get what the platform has been leading up to. I think it's dope if you go to an unknown platform and give them this huge light, but I don't think the time to do it is at your peak of startup. That's
Look, I love the interview. I think
Nice
that
shot.
I think McAfee and his team did a great job. And yeah, we never witnessed a LeBron interview like that. He's more candid he's ever been. So yeah, as a journalist to me, I love it. High fives all around. It was a great moment. And like hopefully that's what I want from my hip hop artists, that the big interview isn't dead. That's what I was saying
Yeah.
last week. I feel like the big interview is kind of dead. This showed us in sports, like you see how that conversation yesterday just took over the whole world. And it's more than just the Stephen A. LeBron differences. At the end of the day, once you get past that, we love to see our stars. Someone like LeBron has been so guarded, or so in control of his own narrative, kindly ease up a little bit and give us some of his candid truth. Like he was saying some stuff that you would feel like he would say if he was at a bar off the record kicking it with him, at a restaurant with a bunch of friends at a table. If Jay and me or somebody was backstage sitting with him, he might get his honesty in that way that you would never see in an interview. So I loved it.
Ed, don't sip your tea for this. Well, no, because
Go fuck yourself.
No.
You in the chat.
I'm saving you. I'm saving you.
Why is they trying to line me up? I know what a white man's trying to line
I'm
me
not
up.
trying to line you up.
Uh-oh.
I'm not trying to line you
Here
up.
we go.
I just want to point out a few things, okay? Last week you said you gave Will Smith how many million views?
You gave Will
I
Smith
lose track,
views?
but I use
Promotion.
Jeremy. If I wasn't making your guy Big Sean a viral sensation the past week, when I shared his verse from the I Swear Vezo record,
Yes.
that got millions of views.
It did get millions
I
of
will
views.
remember the great thing I did last week, so you're gonna have to reflect my memory. Man. I'm such a viral force.
Sorry, every week is a new thing.
I'm such a viral.
I'm a viral force. I'm the social media sultan, so of incredibleness. So I don't. You guys,
you forget
social
it's
media
getting
sultan
blurry.
of incredibleness.
So I'll remind you.
social media king. Let's make it just easier. Social media king.
Damn.
SMK.
I run hip hop social media. You don't know this?
What I will say is you can go to Elliott Wilson's page and get a clear idea of what happened that
I
week.
do it for the love of the game. I've profited nothing from these people at the.
You've actually paid
in
for
the
it.
metaverse.
You had to pay to get your account back. So you've gone into your own
Don't make
pocket
them take my
to do
page down
this.
to Jeremy.
No, I won't do this. Okay.
I don't know if you know the way I utilize IG is not the way it was intended to be used. I don't know if you guys noticed.
It's people
I'm
do
an outlaw.
captions.
I'm
You
actually an
are.
outlaw of social media.
Somebody
A
said
tyrant.
No, I'm not in control. I don't have the power.
Somebody said Elliott Wilson's the type of person to post a video of you drinking and not caption it. It was like,
Yeah, I don't do
to
no
post a video of
captions.
you drinking water, no
Nigga ain't paying
caption.
me. What am I caption for? Look it up. Look that shit up. I tagged the person.
Okay, wait, hold
look
on,
that
hold
shit up.
So-
you need
so-
context. Look that shit
So on
up.
Elliott Wilson's page, the ones with captions are paid for posts?
No, sometimes I give you a little caption, but I gotta feel it. I'm not obligated to give you a caption. I'm not making no compensation. You got some compensation for my captions?
Caption compensation.
Caption compensation, baby.
Okay, but the point
Cash
of this,
at me.
the
Emoji
point of
of
this,
hip hop journalism. Go ahead. Sorry.
the point of this is that Elliott Wilson gave Will Smith promotional value that would be in probably the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, at around
Damn, Jeremy,
four
make
to
me sad as
five
shit.
4 to
Goddamn.
5 million views on a post about his album. I didn't know Will Smith album was coming out until I saw it on Elliott
Comes out
Wilson's
tonight
page.
as we tape this
Comes-
Thursday.
Yes, so it'll be out tonight, and he decided to go do what we call a big interview and sit down with a platform. And I said you should have gotten another interview. I wondered how you felt when you saw.
Well, I've reached out to him. I've
$1 million
reached out to his
worth
team
of
trying
game.
to get an interview. Oh, you talking about the millions not worth a game?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big interview. But he's doing a lot of it. He did Sway. He did a lot. He did a live event with Sway.
okay.
He's doing an incredible press run. I mean, I reached out. I'm the Isaiah Thomas. I reached out. I didn't meet the criteria.
What happened?
Nigga.
Did they
I
hit
don't
you
know.
back?
Hey, you see an interview yet?
Did they hit you back?
Huh?
Did they hit you back?
Yeah, they hit me back.
And what'd they say?
You know, working the schedule's busy type vibe, working things out, keep you posted type of energy. You know?
Who said it?
Whoever his current publicity force. He's a big star, Will Smith. So this is the latest crop of his
You should have just DM the
publicity conglomerate of
DM him right now.
women. I don't have a personal line to him. That's Will
No,
Smith.
DM him. You can DM anybody.
I don't shoot in the dark the way you guys do with that silly
I don't
shit.
shoot in the dark.
that.
But shit
It
with success, we
You
shouldn't see
think
it.
Will Smith is really on his DMs like that? Like he's out there
Probably.
checking the situation?
I think that you'd be surprised.
All right. When I get home, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, we
Why you
film
got your phone
Thursdays
right now?
too.
You want me to DM Will Smith right now?
Right now.
And beg for an interview?
Not beg.
No
Just,
beg.
hey, you know, be like, yo, Queen, son, pull up. Philadelphia check-in. Something
I'm
like
just
that.
gonna say, yo, Will, I need an interview. Third time's a charm.
No,
Let's
don't
do
say
it.
I need. See that? No, don't do
Don't
that.
do the what I
let me
need.
let me write it for you.
All right. Let's
Hed
get in.
has consulted on DMs before. One of them worked, one of them didn't.
Well, if the guy's not following you, why are you DMing him?
Bro, just let me write the DM for you.
All right, jump mail it out. Will Smith.
All right, so type what I'm saying.
He's following 293 people. I'm not one of them.
Say what I'm saying right now. Big
No,
Willie.
no, go ahead. You can type. Get it.
All right, this is the DM to Big Will.
They're like, this
Big
show's so lame. These guys be DMing rappers and
Willie.
shit. Like little schoolgirls and
Would
shit. What the fuck's wrong with
be
these guys?
humbled.
I gotta be humbled?
Would be
I
humbled
gotta get this nigga twice. Classics.
for
I gotta be
another.
humble.
Bro, let
He's
me.
from Philly. He's a nigga like me. We're around the same age. We're in
Okay.
hip hop.
All right, Big Willie.
He's the Fresh Prince. I'm the yellow nigga. Like, what are we
Would
talking about here?
love
I gotta be humble.
to sit
He ain't
down
humble.
with you for another
When you're tired of talking to other
legendary
outlets.
conversation.
I like this. I like where we're
Big
going.
Willie would love to sit down with you for another legendary conversation
Mm,
soon.
I like that.
soon.
It's open ended.
Appreciate the energy.
Love that. I'm with that.
All right,
That's
let's
and I'll
solid.
let- and I'll
I
let
like
you
this.
send
Shout out DJ Head.
I like this. Okay, that
So
was good.
send that and
I'm
then
sending it.
send it.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
it
he
is
sent
sent.
it-
It's out there.
He
Energy's out
sent it
there.
to Will Smith.
All right. Good luck with that, buddy.
All right.
I like
It's
it.
not going to get answered, but it's, you know,
but
good
it's
energy to
out
put
there right now. Somebody's watching
His
this. From
publicist
Will
might be
Smith's
watching right
team.
now and be like, you know what? Let me go back and
I'm going to
talk
be
to
honest with
Willie
you.
Spot.
And okay, sorry, finish your thing. I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all don't know.
No, go right ahead.
No,
please.
yeah, that was my
Please
thing.
enlighten us.
I met with a very big television producer this week.
Okay.
Extremely big television
The
producer.
DJ Hed Show.
And I've been meeting about different things, different ventures.
Yeah.
And this person watches the bigger picture.
There we go.
And I was so blown by that.
Pause.
I was like, yo, you watch the bigger? He's like, yeah.
Hey, shout out to big movie and television producer watching right now. This is for you. This segment is for you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the season.
So I just want to be clear. Like, people do watch the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yes.
And
Appreciate y'all.
That's dope.
Yeah,
So-
Appreciate y'all.
shout out to the chat, the community.
So even if these rappers don't give me interviews, I still know they could
They're
watch my
watching,
show. I have
yeah.
something.
Oh no, they see all
Bible.
of this.
Yeah.
They for sure see all
Yeah,
of
they
this.
see everything.
Okay, is this why I don't get certain interviews? People said that
Yes.
too. Okay.
Well, no, not why you don't. It's a I mean, if you want to dive into that rabbit hole, it's different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole rabbit hole to dive into?
Yeah. It's a plethora of reasons why.
Some egregious behavior on my part?
It's not
on this
egregious
platform?
behavior. People just think you're a lot.
But I've always been a lot.
That's the problem.
I don't think they got to see it all the time though.
You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
behind the scenes
No.
a lot.
Yeah,
So they
that's
don't
true.
want to, and also like I think that it's not that they don't want to have conversations about whatever's going on culturally. I think they don't want to have conversations in the way that it's like you come off to like, oh, you have to answer to hip hop, and then you take the position of being the authority, and so you have to answer these crimes against hip hop, and I'm the one that's issuing out these penalties. Basically.
Okay, so maybe there's a parallel to this. So now we feel like there's an ongoing thing now between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James.
Mhm.
So me as a Stephen A. Smith, like the journalist, when does that journalist know when to kind of pull back a little bit? Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm funneling this too much. Like I said what I had to say. He was offended. He got his shit off. Now he's gonna tease me playfully on Pat McAfee, which he
Yeah.
did, and then you're gonna OD it out on your whole show on your own platform, and now on First Take, opening 15-minute segment. Like, when is it too much? And do I also fall victim of that? Like, as a journalist,
Yes.
sometimes you got to pull back.
Yes. But sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say episode 42.
Of what?
Which-
No, that's when we can pull back. We gave 41 episodes to the back
I can
and
come
forth.
in boring next episode with no
No,
opinion?
just to the one person.
Everybody's album is great.
just to your LeBron.
Oh, I can be Drake free this episode too if you want. You want me to be Drake free? That Nokia video coming though, but you know what I'm saying?
IMAX.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the Nokia video yet, so I could go back with Drake next week after we see the Nokia video.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out
I
to
like
Theo.
that.
Also,
again.
the other thing that I would say from the perspective of why not the interviews is not because how you are specifically to the person. It's probably also how your temperament is. Like, you feel like you should get the interview.
Yes.
Like, I'm entitled to the interview, and the artist like, no, you're not. Like,
Someone found it. Like, there was a funny one with I remember Dave Free gave us a rare interview with Rap Radar Podcast
Yeah.
back in the day. It was one of the few ones he wouldn't let us tape him, so it was just audio. And one of the clips that some kid said it was like, he's like, you guys are funny, man. He's like, B-Dot be trolling motherfuckers, blah, blah. And Elliott, you just think you the GOAT. Everybody owes you something, nigga. Like, I'm the GOAT, though. Like, you ain't doing anything. But you the GOAT, though. Like, so, again, it's kind of always been me, but I guess you said it's kind of got magnified now in this era because I share more. And now because this platform exists, I have a more platform to tell you how I feel about things. But I don't know. I take the good with the bad because I think that what we're building here is special and good and needed for the culture. And that's the thing, too. Like, people say, well, LeBron's criticizing the talking heads culture, but part of the talking heads culture is that these artists don't sit with us and engage, per se, or athletes don't, outside of the regularities of a post-game interview or pre-game interview, really talk. So, again, that's why we love the LeBron moment, because he gave a real interview in a real old school traditional way and was good.
That's why I want to make sure we give him his credit, because we would also be like, LeBron don't sit with media.
That should be the headline. LeBron gave a great interview.
Yeah.
And watch the interview and really understand what he's saying and like get more insight into.
And it wasn't one of them things where it's a taboo topic.
Yeah, nothing seemed off limits.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
He handled things with class and finessed it out of things. He handled it with humor and gave us honesty and also was comedic about it, and it was very candid.
I've dealt with a couple of artists this past week who their team was like, "Hey, no questions about this," and I hate that, because what you do is it's not even that I'm not a. First of all,
going for the clips.
Let me just say this: I'm not the gotcha guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather not do the fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't need the clips. I don't need the clicks. That ain't what I do. They got other shows for that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do.
You ain't never seen no clickbait DJ had affected immediately clip.
That's not what I do
in the universe.
So when you bring an artist to me or to my platform or one of the platforms that I'm a part of, understand that we're gonna have a real transparent conversation, and it's not about, hey, let me get to the mess. I'm not a messy type nigga. Like I could be messy. I'm not messy. That's just not my caliber to be that way. Jeremy Heck wants to talk about the screen. We don't do screenshots and all that kind of shit. That's a hypocritical statement because I posted screenshots this past week. But I'm just saying I don't do the messy shit as a general practice. So when you go into a space of any kind of interview conversation and you say, "Oh, LeBron, Pat McAfee, cool, but hey, don't ask LeBron about Stephen A. Smith." It's like, bro, what the fuck are we like? What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You put a damper on the entire conversation, and now I'm tiptoeing around the whole situation where we can't even have just a transparent dialogue, and then just let the person answer how they want to answer. No comment. That's simple. We can move on.
The funny thing is, there's times when people do that and they'll say, "Well, we encourage you not to talk about these things." If you're doing a good job as interviewing them, you're kind of going to go in that direction a little bit. Sometimes the artists themselves may take you there. So then it's just like, well, clearly that's on this person's mind. So then you go in there. It's just about being respectful with the boundaries.
Yeah, and they'll sometimes give you those lists, right? It'll be like, these are the topics that they don't want to talk about, which is fine to some degree. Like it's usually relationship stuff, or if they have some news. Again, like I've never done an interview where I want to go there into the gossip world. But what I do think, there's been times where there's a thing that everybody wants to know about, and they kind of themselves as artists need to address it at some point. And it's usually the elephant in the room. It's almost weirder to do an interview and not address it than at least talk about it in some way. So like to your point, like if you're in deep in a conversation and they're opening up and they're feeling comfortable, they'll usually go to you, or you could add, like I've done it where the person's asked me not to ask something and it's come up so blatantly in the interview, but I'll ask it in a very respectful way and they'll be happy they got to address it.
Also, if it's not live and it's being pre-taped,
you can always take it out.
You can negotiate about taking this part out or whatever, but why ruin it? Like to Hed's point, why would you ruin the flow of the actual conversation? Yeah. You don't want to do that because you have these strict parameters that you can't say this or talk about this.
We have something in the music business called "Don't Get in the Way of the Jam."
What you call again?
Don't get in the way of the jam.
Yeah, don't get in the way of the jam.
Like you making a record, like if you ever watch Jermaine Dupri on Instagram and he making beats and stuff like that, it's like somebody coming in and saying, "Hey, you owe $36,000 in back taxes." It's like, hey.
But it's the snare
I'm
right.
making a jam.
It's the baseline
nigga,
right.
This shit couldn't wait till the morning. Nigga, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get in the way of the jam. It's the same thing with the conversation.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you saw in the political world, they're adding people accidentally. They're adding journalists to group chats and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe you could like accidentally add a journalist into a group chat about like there's like a song that like Kendrick's been working on, and you just like happen to be like, "Yo,
you
what's
want to hear
it?" And you like happen to add me to the group chat, and I won't say anything. I'll just be there. I won't even report on it. I'll just listen in.
Is DJ had in a secret West Coast group chat with other luminaries.
Wait, you just pulled back? I thought you were looking up something.
No, I said, do you want to hear it? I didn't say I was going to play it.
Oh, well, yes, I would like to hear it.
People in Hell Want Ice Water.
Oh my gosh, you were just waiting to say you had that set up ready to go, huh?
No.
Okay.
And how do we know that people in Hell want ice water? What if they want green tea? The matcha.
I mean, do you usually like in hot weather?
Yeah.
You drink like a hot coffee and like
I don't drink coffee.
Hot
do
tea.
My gums look black to you?
No,
you can't answer that.
No, your teeth look good. You're okay, but do you like hot coffee in hot sun? Hot tea and hot sun. Like 80-degree weather, do you get your green tea?
He said he didn't like the cold. He told you that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with cold. I'm cool with hot.
Okay.
I'm melanated.
So maybe they do.
We equator niggas around here, Jeremy Hecht.
Did you want me to fist bump or you just want me to look
show
at
you equator niggas?
Okay, yeah.
You know who's still red hot, Jeremy?
Who?
That's Playboi Carti.
Let's go.
Playboi Carti.
The charts are out. Okay, I wouldn't.
He said he'll go 4 more for you. More music.
That was hella Queens what you just said. 4 more for you.
No, that's a LeBron. 2 more for you when he invented the deluxe album. Remember?
Yo, let me get a chopped cheese.
Him and 2 Chainz. More. When LeBron, remember the 2 Chainz album? LeBron said, "What if we drop 16 songs?" And then we give him 2 more. He'll go 2 more for you. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, he invented the deluxe.
Playboi Carti.
Elliott, do you wake up so excited when the chart data comes out? Like,
I do.
I feel like this, like that's your like, yeah.
But the thing with Carti is,
why is this caption like that?
What?
That's insane.
What I say? That people are crediting me with. I will say this, and I appreciate the internet. I started that dot era
You
shit.
did.
People are
No,
properly
you did.
crediting me for
You
it.
did, yeah.
I won't fight against this.
Okay.
That's as close. That's as close. That's as close as you're gonna get. That's as
Hating
close
ass
as you're ever gonna
motherfucker.
get.
You hate on me for.
That's the closest
I
you're
won't
ever
fight
gonna
against
get.
that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
you
in
gritted
order for you to
teeth,
say that,
motherfucker.
Dot had to do something.
Because the
Yeah.
West Coast person had to be, a non-West Coast person had to be the one that coined the phrase.
I thought you was West Coast Wilson.
You don't want to embrace me enough. You do your gritted teeth. I don't have a problem admitting that.
I
didn't
guess
say-
maybe that's fine with
Would you
me.
defend me in that Charlamagne the Great group chat if they say I did or not? I
You
don't
say,
have a
well,
problem with
I
that.
guess I can't. I can't go against
What
it.
group chat? What are y'all talking? What group chats?
There's
are
gotta
I
y'all-
be
know
group
about the group
chats.
chat, man.
What
No
group
group
chats?
The famous one, man, with you guys in media. I know about you guys.
I'm not in them big media group chat.
All right, I thought you might.
I'm
be
not
there.
invited to that one because your boy is in that one.
Who's my boy? Oh, academics?
No.
No, that's not my boy.
No. Remember, he don't fuck with nobody.
What is this? Jeremy, who is it? Whisper it to me. Who is this?
Does it start
We
with
can
a,
beep it out. I don't know.
Does it start
Say
with a V?
fucking name.
Huh?
Does it start with a V?
Well, no, my
No,
name
that's your-
starts with A.
No. Or the person? Oh no, because that's his. Yeah, V. Like does his last name start with a V?
I don't know.
First?
What the fuck you talking about?
Is
Talking
it-
about Playboi
Okay.
Carti.
Okay, but that was gonna say, even though he gave us Evil Jordan, which is number 2 in the country, what's the other one he has? Rather Loud with the Weekend.
Has anybody discovered why
What?
he put the O like that?
Which one?
I think he just forgot to not capitalize it. He
no, it's like opium. That's how they do. That's how they stylize his opium movement. I guess.
OPM, yeah.
It's sort of supposed to be a little gothic kind of thing.
Oh. Well,
But I love a couple things with Cardi. I forgot to say last week. Well, I felt like I said, people was kind of clowning me saying, well, how do you say his album's good? You only like 13 songs. Like, if you look at the context of what I said, is that I understand why he over-delivered. And I'm not saying I couldn't enjoy a 30-second album, but I realized when you listen to the full album, the second half of the album kind of caters to more the day one Cardi fans, right? And I'm not that. I come in late, admittedly. I'm not the day one Cardi fan. So I like a version of the album that kind of shows just the evolution or elevation of his sound. But what I think he's done smartly again is continue to deliver to his rabid fan base. So if they want these 4 songs I had in the stash, give them those 4 songs. So they have 34 Playboi Carti songs on all these DSPs. And I will say, even though I've been very critical of Travis Scott, I do like one of his unreleased songs, The Back Rooms. I love his guest verse on that. I thought he was dope on that record too. And then lastly, I said I was going to give credit to A$AP Rocky, and then I forgot. A$AP Rocky, again, is the one who formally put Cardi on. Like a lot of people, success has many fathers, as they say, but he is signed to the AWGE label. I won't say what that stands for because I don't even know what it stands for. Along with Rocky's former manager, Chase Infinite. So all 4 Cardi albums are AWGE Interscope. So, the way we give Lil Wayne credit about helping Nicki and also Drake, obviously, let's give Rocky some credit as a media mogul, music mogul. It's on his imprint. Maybe Is It Back to Culture is not just his career, but putting on a new generational star and talent like Playboi Carti. So shout out to Rocky, man.
Yeah, Rocky deserves way more credit for that, because if you look at Playboi Carti's impact and him changing the sonic of so many artists, like even under Playboi Carti's imprint, right? Like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, and then the impact that they've had, you gotta give A$AP the same credit, like you said with Wayne, where we gave him credit for like what Nicki did for female rap and what Drake did for melodic rap and the sonics for the next like 10 years. A$AP deserves credit for his influence, because he came in the game visually, he changed things, sonically he changed things, style-wise he changed things, and then now Playboi Carti has taken over the next generation.
Yeah, just because he didn't have a career, just because he didn't make the big 3 level and like like a Wale or Big Sean or him, it's like the impact on culture is there, and obviously his woman is off the charts, billionaire icon, but that doesn't mean he's not credible, important to our culture, impacted it, and also now maybe have a protege that impacts it even more.
Yeah, Rocky deserves love. Does this give Carti the ability to just dip off for 5 years now and go back into?
No, he's going on the road with Abel. Him and Abel going on that road. I think he has. That's the biggest thing. I think that again, he hasn't. We look at him as a hard ticket act, but he hasn't proved that yet. I think he needs to be professional, less mystique, and go on this tour with The Weeknd and kick ass and create these moments, and then go on his own tour. And I would even scale it down. I wouldn't even try to do the big tour out the gate. I would do something that really feeds the rabid fan base and like really, like prove that he could be like a little less mystique now, and prove that he could be outwardly out in the culture as a new leader of our culture.
And are these superstar numbers to you?
Oh, absolutely. Super
Okay.
Bowl numbers and accomplishments. That's why I'm on board. I believe in numbers. I believe in numbers. I look at things in certain categories. I don't just judge like this is the best lyricist and never had a hit song. It's like I look at things of doing it on the biggest stage at the biggest scale, and he's proven that. You know, that's why I say Dot era. Even though Dot still with these records is still in the number one position, it's a huge accomplishment for Playboi Carti to have 2 records in the top 10.
Huge accomplishment for him.
Are you
Huge.
adding anything into the DJ rotation? Were there any slaps?
What's Media Base doing? Evil Jordan?
I didn't look at the media base for Playboi Carti, but we are playing 4 of the songs off the album on the radio.
Ooh.
So that's
And that's the first time something like that happened, right?
for him. Hell yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's never been like that for him.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously 2 of the ones are the ones that everybody talking about. I forgot the other 2 though. Actually, let me show you. Let me tell you which 4 we playing on the radio.
And people really feel the Rather Lie record, that definitely could be even bigger.
I thought that was going to be the hit, yeah.
That seems more of the biggest,
You thought
the
what?
biggest commercial
The Weeknd song was going to be the hit.
record,
Yeah.
You said the what? Which one?
Rather Lie.
with the
Oh,
Weeknd.
Rather Lie. Yeah.
Yeah, Evil Jordan, Rather
It's
Lie.
the most mainstream sounding.
Let me see.
While you look that up, you know what I really...
Here it is.
Oh, no, you go first then.
Okay, so actually it's 3 of the records that we're playing. Good Credit, Rather Lie, and Crush.
There's a rumor that there's a Good Credit video going down. I saw some mysterious photo this morning, but we'll see.
Well, on that point,
Will Kendrick even be in the video if there is a video? We don't know.
what I hate is... So there's now a narrative going around that Kendrick ruined hip hop, and there's a few artists who have been saying that because Kendrick was so lyrical and everyone overthinks Kendrick's lyrics, now nobody can have fun anymore.
Did you see that number 8 on the chart though? What's that number 8?
Not like us. Still
Look behind you, Jeremy Heck.
Oh God.
It's the longest running solo rap song to stay in the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100.
They said it wouldn't last.
I thought we was gonna wrap this shit up by what was it? November was people was saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this shit over. Super Bowl it'll be over. It was first November.
It'll be over before the Super Bowl.
Then it was Super Bowl, February, and now we're here. And it's still number 8 on the Billboard Top 100. Hot 100.
8 years.
Number 8.
So
that's insane, Elliott Wilson.
A hit is a hit. It's amazing.
He's still
Did
there.
you see the MLB commercial with Elliott Wilson?
I did not, sir.
Was the TV off?
Yes. The fucking MLB, the Major League Baseball. You know who's a part of Major League Baseball? The Yankees.
Yankees?
The Yankees. The Yankees are part of Major League Baseball, Elliott Wilson.
The Dodgers too?
There's clips of the Yankees and the Mets all hitting the ball, the TV off.
Hit the ball.
Hitting the ball, the TV off. How you feel about that?
I grew up loving baseball. Man. I grew up trying to be a professional baseball player. That was my father's dream for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but literally to that point. Okay, so we have look at the charts. You look at Playboi Carti. Somebody saying that Kendrick Lamar is ruining the fun in music. First of all, I want to say you can't have it both ways, because I sat here 10 weeks ago and said, what Kendrick is doing right now is going to affect the landscape where people are going to care about lyrics more. They're going to dive into lyrics more. They're still going to be able to listen to music, but this is going to bring a shift in where we're headed musically. Okay, that everyone on that side of things go, no, Kendrick's just one art. Everyone's going to forget about this. No one's going to care about lyrics. This is just a battle. This is just a battle. Cool. Yeah. Now they're trying to say, well, Kendrick's ruining the fun in music. Everyone's overanalyzing. Everyone's trying to be too lyrical and breaking things down, and we can't have fun anymore. Which one is it? Which one is it?
No, and again, that's why it was great that Kendrick gave those free features to
Playboi Carti.
And was in his world, his sonics, his world. It wasn't about great lyricism necessarily in these Carti records, but we still enjoyed them.
And I think the fact that Carti is able to do numbers like that shows, yes, you can. Carti didn't say shit on this album. Like, he had a couple bars here and there. He is not talking about anything meaningful.
Somebody said
so that's still able to be on the chart.
So I got pushback on that, Jeremy. You say no quotables. They said, what about the
yeah, no, that was funny.
The fine shit one?
My girl's so fine, she can't even step outside. My girl's so fine, I can't even post her online.
Yeah, that's a little cute.
Yeah, no, he had some fun little things. But I'm
produced
saying,
by my guy Cash Cobain too. Fine shit. Cash Cobain's on production.
Shout out to Cash Cobain. But I'm just saying, I feel like the hypocrisy is running deep on that statement specifically because, like, Playboi Carti's topping the charts, and that's not overthinking music. That's not,
So what is it then, Jeremy Heck, if it's not thinking music?
Fun music. It's vibes.
And Jeremy, how do you feel when you're outright, Hed was out of town and you got really feisty about this Doechii.
You got feisty?
This Doechii discourse that
you were feisty?
He was.
King?
Did you hear him on the thing?
Oh, I heard him, but I didn't know.
Talking to the camera like he was DJ Hed?
I wouldn't describe this grown ass man as feisty.
Oh, he was feisty.
Spicy? What would we say?
I said he was irate.
Is worse than
You're
feisty?
incapable of being spicy.
I said he was an irate white boy
No.
at the time. I said irate at the time.
No.
You said irate white boy.
You could travel the world looking for spices though if you want.
But do you feel vindicated? As you said, you mentioned the record Anxiety. It's now in the top 10. By Doechii.
Number 10.
Redemption.
Well, yeah. That whole conversation. I don't want to get fired up again about it, but it just annoys. It still annoys me. It still annoys me. People are like,
"No, do it in front of the end." What bothers you now?
Well, no, he stands up for black women. I could dig that.
Started in the bedroom. It started with nothing. Heck, tell him.
This song was from literally
nothing.
7 years ago.
It's a young girl with a dream. It's a young girl with a dream. Did you had a black woman with a dream?
She literally, yeah. So I mean,
want to know.
It's up there now.
Shout out to Doechii, but I want to know why you were so passionate about this.
What sparked it that week specifically?
The trolls of the internet.
You know what? I think it was too much into everywhere I looked online. And again, I know that online is not reality. She had just done Paris Fashion Week. She walked out to a crowd full of people. I was more annoyed that people like to say like, "Oh, this is Twitter. This isn't the real world." And the same people that were saying that were ignoring Doechii in the real world, set like with hundreds of people, she could barely move in Paris as a superstar, discrediting her come up that you can clearly see online when you can go back and look at it. I was just mad that it's like, okay, if you're willing to do no research at all, no due diligence, and not even look at who you're talking about before you're telling us who this person is, then you have no ability to have a say on this topic. So I just wanted everyone to shut the fuck up. That's all.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Double entendre.
Yeah. But Anxiety is a 7-year-old song or whatever, 5-year-old song, and it's a top 10 hit. That's also a great lesson to artists of like, if you have some good shit, it's never the wrong time. You know, it might be the wrong time to release it when you make it.
There's
but
no expiration date.
Yeah, exactly. No expiration date. Sometime in the future, it could work.
Did you play outside as a kid?
Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah.
It was too cold, man. Out there in Canada.
All we had was our summer. So when you had the summer opportunity, you were outside every day.
What'd you do when you was playing outside?
I was playing basketball in the driveway, with friends on the street, but also sometimes I would be like pretending like, you know, like the classic, all right, 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm LeBron. You know what I mean? Like
buzzer beater.
You acted like LeBron?
I acted like every person on the team. So I would be passing and stuff too.
Who would be passing?
Me to myself.
No, I'm saying who would you be emulating as a passer?
Eric Snow or somebody.
So you say Eric Snow can't shoot?
Well, I wanted LeBron to get the last shot. Sometimes he wasn't able
to.
Sometimes there was too much of a defender.
I was asking this question to a couple of the homies because I want to know when the shift happened, and I want your perspective on this. We can move on. I want to know Elliott Wilson's perspective on this. When did music shift and become like this emotional thing? Like when did you notice the shift where music became an emoting like mechanism as opposed to it just being turn up or just being fun or just being, I mean, you've always had facets of thought-provoking music. You've always had people who said stuff in their music. You've always had protest music. But when did the culture become emotional?
Probably it's parallel to the internet and YouTubes and social media more that we got more comfortable. I remember this used to be, people forget there was a huge step of doing something on camera, right? And now we feel like everything's on camera. It's not real if it's not on camera. So I think the more of the post YouTube into social media of sharing so much being on camera, we see more vulnerability and emotion and people feeling like they need to share everything. When we have I remember a world where so much was not documented.
Correct.
You know, I'm a XXL. We didn't have cameras shooting everything I did during those times. So I think it's that. I think it's a parallel of us getting more comfortable being in front of a camera. Our phones becoming cameras. Our phones becoming, you know, the iPhone itself. So I think all those things of like putting the like onus on video content and us being more comfortable sharing and putting ourselves out there shows all our sides that we all go through tough things and we all have tough lives and emotions, and I think it reflects in the art now.
Because I just remember, the reason why that's why I asked you that question, because I remember having a conversation, I don't remember say who it was, but a streamer that you all love, they told me that, you know, he never went outside and played as a kid. they grew up on the internet.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So because they didn't grew up on the internet, everything is like either a reality show, it's either WWE or it's real.
And it's on video.
And it's all out there for the world
documented.
to see.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being, I remember when I remember the era in which that I wanted to become a DJ. It was Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and it was turned up in the hyphy movement. I'm like, oh, I got to be able to move the crowd like this. Yep. Jermaine Dupri and Rick Rock, and like that was like, oh, this is the shit. Lil Jon.
Early 2000s.
Correct.
Right? Yep.
And I was like, oh, I want to be a DJ. That's when I decided, like, I want to learn the craft of
But
DJing.
you couldn't see it if you wasn't in those communities, right? You couldn't see.
Because I was outside.
What that looks like. Yeah.
I was outside. And so I wanted to know when the shit, because I remember also if you go back to the 50 Cent G-Unit era, right?
Mm-hmm. Again, early 2000s.
Hunger for More, not Hunger for More, when Beg for Mercy and all that shit came out, I remember that happening before, but I was too young to understand it. When West Side Connection came out, they dropped this record called, I think it's called Too Many Rappers in Love. It was Too Many Rappers in Love. And the hook was Too Many Rappers in Love on the radio. And they was taking shots at all the LL Cool J type niggas that was making all these love songs because it was all like love and emotional and shit like that, right? And then West Side Connection came in like, man, fuck all that, this is gangster shit. And then we went into a gangster era, right? Then it happened again.
Psychos.
Ja Rule was he started to sing rap melody shit that everybody give Drake credit for. He started doing that. Then G-Unit came and was like, nah, nigga, we doing gangster shit. Eminem, and it just became this whole Shady Aftermath thing, right? And then I remember that era happening, and so I'm trying to, for this era, put that in perspective.
Well, so
if that makes sense.
No, it does. I would say I'm the last era that had life before the internet and life with the internet. Like, I remember logging on to like Windows 97 or 98 for the first time, and this was like I had a couple hours a night where it's like, okay, you can log on to the computer and do something. Yeah, exactly. Like download LimeWire, before you go to bed. But I would say a couple generations later, kids grew up with like an iPad, right? The iPad generation. Yeah. And so I think when the disconnect is like, online is real life for these people. Like there's that viral tweet where Tyler, the creator, is like, how can you get cyberbullied? Just log off.
Yeah, one classic.
And I always say,
to them, it's real.
To them, it's real. To them, they're logging out of reality.
Correct.
Like, yes, I logged off, but now I have no idea what all my friends are saying and doing. I'm going to school the next day, and I have no clue what happened in the world. I have no in on the conversations. Correct. And I think that's why music has had this big impact of like, celebrity and musicians are still the most impactful thing in the world. Movies, not everybody sees every movie, right? Like TV shows, sometimes you have cultural moments where everyone gathers around and everyone watches it, like an Insecure or whatever it might be. But music is the one thing that you have an opinion on. Like everyone in the world had some sort of knowledge of this Kendrick Drake battle. That's why it became such a cultural moment. Yeah. And not only that, your only place of like, they talk about like the third meeting place or whatever. It's like a coffee shop where people meet. Or now the meeting place is online. So everybody has this one common place that like I can go to and have an opinion and we can all share and see the same thing. So I think now the music has to mirror, people like trying to create cultural moments with their music that people then can be online and react to. That's what trends are. That's what like a TikTok trend is, because it's like now everyone can live with the music in a common space.
Yeah, I would just encourage people that you can do both. Like a lot of times people be like, Elliott, you're on IG all day and you putting stuff up, blah, blah. But I'm running around, I'm doing shit, I'm walking, I'm not just in the house all day on the laptop. Sometimes I am, but like I'll be frustrated sometimes because I'm trying to get all this shit up and like, it's like this corner of the street has bad Wi-Fi. Or this
How do you do it,
like,
by the way? I've always been...
I'd be outside. I'd be in these streets.
But do you see something and like you like immediately see it, you crop out the logo, and then you just put it on like... and then you just put it up? Like, do you have an app? Like, what's...
Well, it's complex.
It starts with cropping out the logo.
Yeah, that's step one in the
Billboard.
I always say that's why it's got to be just me. It can't be anybody else because it's a journalism decision. I think this is important. I think this is worthy. I think that this is what the conversation is going to be. So when I see something, I can quickly make a decision of I want to share this or I don't want to share this, and I try to rip it as fast as I can and get it up. So it's a quick-minded editorial decision. I tend to not lean towards the salacious shit unless it's really necessary. So I just note that I feel this is newsworthy. It's my judgment call in real time. And then that's the ones I will get up with urgency because I feel like this is important. If I was a fan of hip-hop, this is what I want to know is going on right now. And sometimes it's even outside our culture. Again, going back to LeBron and Stephen A. Smith, like that's still hip hop to me. So it's really just an editorial decision. You know?
Speaking of people who are hip hop, you have been on
There we
record
go. He's
saying
lining me up again.
no, I'm not. I'm not talking about Childish Gambino.
The white man came in with bullets straight to line me up.
No, you said that Jack Harlow is
Premeditated murder, premeditated heck.
I didn't even meditate today, so if I crash out, it's because of that. I know.
Okay,
I know.
yeah.
But you said Jack Harlow is hip hop, but he has a new single with Doja Cat. Who did you say Doja Cat is hip-hop?
Doja not hip hop?
I said Doja wasn't hip hop in the past. Yes.
Okay, so he's kind of in the lane of I think
like
he's hip hop.
Doja verse.
Do you
like this Doja verse?
You like it? You
Who's
like
more
it?
hip hop, Doja or Childish Gambino?
I don't think neither one are hip hop.
Who's more hip hop?
On the scale, on the spectrum of hip hop.
Again, I view
Who's more
Gambino.
hip hop, Elliott Wilson?
Doja, because he's a musician. I view Gambino as an actor first, cosplaying as a musician, let alone a hip hop person.
Not again.
He is a brilliant actor.
And
You know
a
where Doja
brilliant
Cat is
musician.
from?
Can you receive that?
No.
Because you love Sam Jackson, all these other niggas. Donald Glover is really that. Donald Glover is a brilliant thespian. He's a brilliant actor.
I agree.
Okay, so that's skill A. Skill B, he could do the musician shit.
He's a brilliant musician too. Okay, we don't need to go into this. Donald, we don't need to do this right now. But wait.
Okay, here's what I think that I'd stand by both those things. I still don't necessarily think Doja is my cup of tea. I don't consider her hip hop. I consider her more a pop artist that can rap well. That's how I view her. But I am impressed by her with Jack Harlow because I feel like Jack is authentically hip hop. I think that there's a true collaboration there between the two. I think that she showed out as an MC with the extra bars and like really was because she's inspired by doing this record with Jack, really showcased, her abilities in ways I hadn't really heard before. So I really enjoyed the record. With Jack Harlow, I was thinking too, because I was saying before, like, he's just throwing out these loose records. Like, I don't understand what the strategy is. And then he went on Zane Lowe and he was honest. He was like, look, I'm putting out these singles. I feel they're good. Will they fit the album? I don't know. I'm just cooking up. And I think part of it is I feel like I wanted to ask you guys, like, again, I'm a big Harlow fan. I'm a big Jackman fan. I feel like there is a disconnect now where Harlow is not being treated as one of the elite rappers in the game right now. When his stats back it up, to me, his credibility moves back it up. He has 4 records that came out this year, and I like all of them. I wonder where it is, and is it a white MC theory of like the white MC is the outsider kind of thing now, which I thought we had gotten past, but I feel like when you look at what's happened recently, it seems like we're right back in that boat. Because I come from the whole no one wants to embrace Eminem because we got burned on Vanilla Ice type shit. And I feel like now, in this new game, we canceled Macklemore, we canceled Action Bronson.
Why did we cancel Action Bronson?
When he was critical of Ghostface Killer.
Oh, yeah.
Macklemore apologized to Kendrick. And I also blame our guy Post Malone. I feel like when Post Malone kind of pivoted out of the Iverson and went pop and country, like the people, white MCs ain't getting the credit they deserve right now. And I feel like Harlow is one of those ones. Like, I feel like he's dope. And I wonder what you guys' opinion of is why he's not being received in that conversation of like one of the best rappers out here right now with the track record to back it up. What's popping just went diamond,
Well, someone uniquely qualified to talk about the white person in hip hop. This is my conversation.
Ain't enough love for Mac Miller's posthumous album.
Yeah, sure.
The white MCs ain't getting no love right now.
You know what?
White MCs, I've been through this before. I did a white rapper show. I've seen it.
That show
My
is crazy.
criteria is there. I seen this world. I seen this play before. Nobody wants to say it. The white MCs is in danger right now, man. Show love to the white MCs.
In danger?
Jack Harlow got 4 slaps this year. Hello, Miss Johnson. What's the other ones?
Exactly.
The tranquility wasn't a slap, but it was a good song.
To see something, and let's do one with Doja.
The see 4 slaps this year.
4 slaps.
To see something.
He remembers one name. I didn't think your crash out would come in defense of white rappers today, but
with more defense of Jack Harlow, and whether or not you guys feel like there is like, again, this sort of like barrier of a white MC getting that. Even Eminem post Legacy doesn't get enough credit, right? As one of the great ones of all time.
That album did great for him.
But even with that, he doesn't get talked about as one of the GOATs when he should always be in that competition. Not enough. Not enough in our community. I don't think he has.
Eminem doesn't get talked about as a GOAT? In what community?
He said he's stuck as number 5.
But not like in a competitive conversation of like to a Jay-Z, to a fucking Nas, to an Eminem, to a Tupac, to a Biggie, like those bigger conversations. I feel like he has his own legendary corner where we're saying, yeah, he's one of the GOATs, but not in a competitive way where You know, even I Love Hov. Is he greater than Hov all time? We don't view him that way.
He said he's stuck at number 5 on the list on that song, right? He's like, I'm how am I number 5 on your list when I've burned people higher than me on it? But to your point, I do think there is something to be said about the people leaving.
I'm not only crazy.
No, about people leaving hip hop behind, and so people are critical
of the white
naturally of just white people in hip hop because there's been a lot of people that come in, use hip hop, leave, and then never look back. Right? Post Malone
blame Post Malone.
He started off in hip hop, and then now he's doing country albums. And then we have like someone like Ian, right, who comes in, and Tyler is very much critical of and on record saying, like this kid's just like mocking Future, cosplaying Future. Yeah. And it's because people are so like, I called it the white pivot foot, where like a lot of white rappers.
I love that dance.
A lot of white rappers would have one foot in the door, one foot out, and then when it didn't fit them, they'd pump fake, go the other way.
Which is why we had our Tommy Richmond discourse.
Yes, that started the whole Tommy Richmond discourse. I think Jack, if anything, has proven though that he's not one of those people.
Yes.
The Tranquility song.
Hello, Miss Johnson. Tranquility. Set You Free. Just Us featuring Doja Cat.
The Tranquility song.
Jackman.
I mean, I'd go 2 and 2, but the
oh my God, what's going on here? I'm frightened. What is this? I'm frightened. Security.
This is the one.
Finish talking.
So, the Tranquility song, I think, clearly showed that he wants to be in hip hop. The Jackman album.
Sidebar. Logic fucked it up for a lot of y'all too.
Hold on, let him finish.
Logic fucked it up for a lot of y'all too. I see
this
Logic.
Is why
I'm
don't
triggered.
Respect the white people in hip hop.
You don't respect the white people in hip hop.
The biracial brother Logic. I'm sorry. My bad. I got triggered by the backdrop. Blame my production, Alex. It's your fault.
Alex not even doing it.
Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy and shit. Why Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy?
Woman is CT doing it.
Why is Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy?
Finish what you were saying, fool.
Sorry, DJ.
So,
DJ Heck. Everybody fucking DJ today.
DJ, what the heck?
My teeth.
So, Jack has proved that he wants to be in hip hop and that he cares.
Yes.
Now, it's tough when you care so much about that credibility and you're also trying to balance being a hit maker like Jack Harlow does. I think that those two things are hard to do. We've seen artists at the very top do it, but only the top artists have really been able to balance this, like respect as an MC and then also put out pop hits. Like that's a very tough balance to do. I really didn't like this Jack song at all.
Wow. You mean like the big two?
I what's that? Yeah, the big two. Yeah, the big two have definitely been able to do that.
Okay, continue.
But I think Jack, I'm not mad at the attempt. Like, I'm not mad at him. Even on Lovin' On Me, he literally says, he's like, on the song, he says, for the dudes in the back, like waiting on the next, like just wait on the next track. I'll be there, right?
So it felt too commercial. Like
yeah, he knows that he's trying to be commercial and balanced. So I feel for him in the sense of like that's a very tough balance to do. I think he will be able to do it. This song to me just wasn't it, but I am looking forward to the album. I just think like Doja can rap her ass off, Jack can rap his ass off. This felt like the attempt to merge those worlds of rapping well and also having a pop hit, and I just didn't like it. I don't know. That was me personally.
Yes, TJ Head.
I don't feel bad for none of these niggas. Why you feel bad for somebody, man? Do I want a number one record in the country or I do want Elliott Wilson to post my shit? I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Make the slap and then do what you want to do.
Yeah. No, I don't feel bad. I'm just saying
but it's Jack Hollow's record.
You said you feel bad for people like this who go through this.
No, I said it's basically a conundrum to be in.
It's not a conundrum.
It is. They
make the slap. Do what you want to do.
And then do a freestyle.
Yeah. Go rap on Sway.
Yeah. You could do
Give
both.
me the slap. Fuck what they talking about.
But what if you feel like you're giving him the slap? Like Jack Harlow feel like maybe those were records with slaps and they're not being received that way.
Jack Harlow came out what year, Jeremy Hecht?
2015 maybe? 2017 maybe, closer to that.
What's
Poppin' was 2018, I want to say.
No, because the remix went on during the pandemic.
2019.
So it was 2019-ish. Ish, right? Tyler Hero.
Yeah, 2020.
2020? No, Roddy came out 2019.
What's Poppin' was released January 21st, 2020. So right before pandemic.
So what was his first album?
But he had an album before that. It was
I'm talking about
that's before he got with Drama.
I'm talking about the Generation Now album.
That was probably 2020, that same year. Or 2021.
So he had Confetti was 2019.
It's independent.
But he had like Loose was 2018.
God damn it, Jeremy Hecht. What's the Generation Now album?
He's only counting DJ Drama.
Right? No, that's what they all say is where I'm starting.
Oh, okay. Well, he
actually no. That's where I'm starting, right?
Okay, so I would say, yeah, he was bubbling then. That's what they all say was his, like, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so 2020.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, Jack Harlow has had 2 #1 records in the country.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him. You know who hasn't had a #1 record in the country? Everybody.
No, I don't feel bad for Jack Harlow. I definitely don't feel bad for Jack Harlow.
It's just, bro, just fucking, like, this ain't that deep. He wants to be a rapper. He can rap. We know that Jack Harlow is a dope MC.
Yeah.
But he also understands. Jack Harlow is very strategic. He's very smart. He understands what he's doing. 100%. He put it in the record.
Yeah.
Right?
He literally said it.
He literally said it in the record. Me and him, I've texted. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely aware and cerebral as far. Even his collaborations and the person he looks up to, which is, Elliott's guy. He looks at his moves.
Guy again.
Yeah, and he wants to balance that best of both worlds.
He wants that spot that formerly belonged to him, and he also wants to feed his rap, appetite. Cool. So there's a way to do that. You give us #1 record in the country, and then you go rap. Just go rap.
But I think
trying to figure out ways to, like, creatively merge the two and do all that, and that's where it starts to get murky, and that's where you get criticism.
But if Harlow does have the talent, why is he here in the modern day impacting like the way an Eminem came in the game and impacted? Why is he not impacting?
Because Harlow don't do inflammatory things Harlow is just a good rapper. He don't disrespect nobody. He not finna call you out your name. He not finna do nothing inflammatory.
There's no controversy.
There's no controversy to Jack. Yeah. Like, Jack is a good dude. He's genuinely a good dude. People pick on him because he's the white guy in hip hop. That's a good dude. That probably can take your girl, but he not like old boy.
Ain't put it in your face.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gonna F your girl in private.
Exactly. If he do fuck with your girl, it won't be on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other nigga had your girl at the SoFi Stadium 50-yard line with nobody in that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think Jack feels the pressure of trying to catch a hit, like you said, and trying to. I think you made the point there, right? He's trying to merge those worlds rather than separating it. But he feels the pressure, like he needs to make a hit in order to have this album. I think the label system too. He's still a part of the major label system, and so
a new regime, as DJ Hed would say,
right.
Atlantic has a whole new regime that he's trying to please too. There's new ownership there,
and they feel like the need to be like, this is our star. We need a massive hit in order to put out this album. I think they're searching for it, and I just don't think that's happened quite yet.
Wait, did one of our lights go out? We need a problem?
The power might be out.
Shut the power down.
That was one of the promos when we launched Real 92.3.
What'd they do?
In LA. When they launched Real 92.3 in LA, the promos are crazy. Turn the power off.
Oh yeah, I remember that was.
This is Real 92.3. It was like, oh shit.
It was pretty blatant. I remember I was interning at Power during that time, and
those online. I want to hear those. Are those online? Like on YouTube?
DJ Drama was the voice of Real 92.3, and he was saying that shit.
Turn that power off.
He was like, yeah. He was like, yo. He was like, can't pay their light bills, I guess. The power's off in LA.
Wow.
It's Real 92.3. It's like, oh shit.
Didn't Dr. Dre have one too?
Yeah, people they had these liners that we had people read that said he said, he said, when you hear me on that other station, that's just industry business.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. And he's like, this is the
right. Is this on YouTube?
It was crazy.
Hope these are on YouTube somewhere.
They took them off.
You got to find them, man.
I got them.
I want to hear him. Can you send them to me?
Yeah, I'll play them for you.
It was crazy. I literally remember being an intern and being so confused. So I was interning at Power. This was 2017. Real started 2015. So it was still fresh. And I remember being at a festival or an industry event, and like I was friends with another intern at the other station, and I went like to go say what's up to them. And I was like, yo, how's it going? Whatever. And then like I walk back to like the Power camp, and they're like,
you're not allowed to talk.
No, they're like, what were you doing over there? And I was like, oh, like just saying what's up to my boy. Like, they're like, we don't do that over here. You're on this side. I was like, oh, it's like
hey, bro,
that.
Let me tell you something. So the powers that be came here from the East Coast to launch iHeart, Real 92.3 in LA, 2015. I got hired. I'm the LA guy. I get hired, and they're like, yeah, we don't really, we don't want no brand convolutions. I understand from a branding standpoint, we're putting you on the radio. We're spending all this marketing money to brand you as a personality here. We don't want you commingling and taking pictures and people thinking that you're on that other station type shit. Branding makes sense, I guess. But then it like Jeremy said, it became like a thing, like subculture, where it's like, yeah, I don't really.
You can't even socialize with these
I'm
people.
like, listen, bro, let me explain something to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA, bro. I don't got a problem with a nigga unless I got a problem with a nigga. If I got a problem with a nigga, you know, if I got a problem with a nigga, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? This is where I work. I fuck with this. But I ain't got a problem with this nigga because he over there. Because if I tell my people that I got a problem with this nigga, it's gonna be a problem. And it ain't a problem for y'all, it's a problem for me.
And that's gonna be a real Jason Martin.
That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So I was like, I don't station bang. They call it station. They call it station banging. Like they do that shit in New York. Like when
Yeah, we High 97 and
Yeah,
Hot 105.
yeah,
Legendary.
yeah, that shit was epic. But I'm just saying, I can't participate in that type of shit. Even now, like the bigger picture versus whatever the fuck, I can't play them games. Like that's a luxury.
So that's not a problem.
It's not a problem if it's a problem.
If it's a problem, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem, then we problem.
Like,
Every time
So-
DJ sings this problem, you got to have a drink.
So did you?
How we turn a malfunction into a whole fucking segment? That's how good you guys are,
Because
man.
you know we're smart.
Going back
the
to LA
GOAT
Radio
of-
beat.
I'm the
I'm
GOAT
the
of turning
GOAT, yeah.
tragedy into triumph. Put some respect on my
Hey,
name.
that's- hey,
fucking GOAT.
That's 2 T's: tragedy and triumph.
Yeah.
2 T's. That's
Put
the
two
real
T's on my
yeah.
shit.
The real 2
The
T's.
fucking GOAT.
Did you guys tune into the big media link up that happened
What
this
media
past
link?
week? There was all of our favorite characters in one spot.
It's
What
only
media
4
link?
hours long. It's only 4
Yeah,
hours long.
4 hours long. It was academics, Vlad, Whack,
Oh, I saw that
The leaders,
Trap
of, the
Lord
leaders of
Ross.
the hip hop media independent space, as they say.
Yeah, that's
independent media space. I mean, leaders of the hip hop independent media
shit.
space.
Shout out to my nigga Wack.
Yeah,
Besides Joe Budden wasn't there.
you
besides
might
him.
have to call Whack. There's a lot going on. We might need to talk to Whack. But yeah, I didn't tune in though. Did you?
I saw some of the highlights.
Yeah, you guys saw some clips.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Should we find some colleagues to cheer up with and link up with?
Yeah, we
Talk
can.
about
Yeah, we can
things?
bring some people in the studio.
Go on the East. They're all on the East Coast. We got to go on tour. We have to go to the East Coast and invade people's platforms.
Yeah,
We can do that.
Somebody called it Uncultured United.
Who was that dude?
Which one?
Um,
In the back.
yeah.
I don't know who that is. Either.
Who's that?
My bad.
CT. Remo.
Yeah.
And Trap Law Ross. Don't forget Trap Law in the corner with Vlad. Trap
Well,
Law.
Have
Have you ever watched a Trap Law video?
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Shout out to Wack. You said what?
Have you ever watched the Trap Law Ross video?
I've never consumed any content on the screen.
It's only on the screen.
On any screen ever?
No, I'm saying I don't consume the content.
Oh, the content of these
I
individuals.
don't consume content from these people.
Yeah. I have a couple of those TVs off.
I did notice that Academics loves to link up. He kind of was the force kind of more guiding everything, even though it was on Adam's platform, the Lil Jumper platform. I feel like Academics kind of was really the most engaged in the overall kind of controlling the room, Jeremy Heck style, playing point guard to the conversation. So
Well,
shout out Big Act.
What do you say? God bless him.
God bless them.
God
God bless them all.
God bless him.
Peace to everybody. God bless them. Stay on stream.
Yeah.
Kings.
Yeah. They were saying that you were right about your prediction when it comes to staying on stream for the next 8 years or something like that. Your 8-year plan, 4-year plan. They just announced that Kendrick
Who
is the internet.
The internet.
Everybody.
Talk
Yes,
to the
everybody's
internet.
talking about
The
it.
screen.
At least you said they, not everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Everybody's saying.
Everybody's saying it. But no, it was that Kendrick is going to potentially be part of the Olympics, and that's upcoming. And they said, DJ, this is a tweet. They said, so Kendrick Lamar is truly an LA icon. This is a quote. It would be a pretty fair bet that Kendrick will be involved in the Olympics in Los Angeles in some way. This is Casey Wasserman, who is organizing committee chairman of the 2028 Olympics. And
So it's still not official yet, but DJ Head gave us the heads
he
up.
gave us the
early
heads
on.
up, yeah.
He hinted that you could see this happening. Kendrick Lamar at the Olympics in Los Angeles.
I just told you niggas it's gonna be a long 4 years for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If this is not what you like, turn the TV off. Because this is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
This energy, this texture,
It's LeBron energy. LeBron's buying into this, isn't he?
it's not going nowhere,
So
bro.
Lakers gonna win the championship?
I mean, I can't see the future, Elliott Wilson, but
You have a white man named Luka. I think you got a good shot now.
I think we have a very good opportunity to take home a chip this season. I think the Dodgers have an opportunity.
Yes.
I think the shit. Even look at what USC got going on. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's interesting. And my glasses tripping.
No.
It looks great now.
That's the Sega Genesis version.
It's a great.
Yeah, that is Sega Genesis. Or 2015. The beginning when we first had Instagram. Remember how bad the filters were?
Yeah, no, those are bad.
Yeah, I'm the originator of this shit. I'm the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not gonna move to the East Coast anytime soon?
No, I'm the originator.
Who's the originator?
I don't know. I'm just doing a bad alien impression.
Or Joe Budden, really.
You guys, they like our impressions. They think everybody does good impressions of each other. Will you be listening? Because the case is not, he's not fully in jail to the point where things have been guilty. Will you be listening to the new Lil Durk album?
Oh, see, I struggle with that.
This is right in, but this is kind of in between for you because I know Tori was on the know.
And you know what's also crazy about the Durk thing? I heard that they had to go back and like make sure the lyrics aren't necessarily clean, but that
it's not.
There's some maintenance that he isn't saying specific things that could hurt his situation. So there's been some like album maintenance post game of this work. So I think for all of that, it's inherently troubling to me. It's like I don't necessarily believe anymore of like the big impact from prison, nor once you get out of prison, you take over the world. I just think it makes me sad, man. I feel like Durk was on a trajectory he was already super successful, incredible. And I feel like he was on a trajectory to be even more of a bigger star. And, this is his current situation. So I'm skeptical about how much of this album is going to really change that, honestly.
Yeah.
No matter how good it is musically. Of course, I'll go through the album and see what I like on there. But it is hard for me to enjoy listening to Lil Durk music, knowing he's incarcerated and it's not looking good.
I have a question, Elliott Wilson. Based on the Lil Durk conversation, I remember a previous episode of The Bigger Picture.
I don't watch that show.
Me either. You said that you don't want to hear from niggas who are incarcerated.
Yes, I did, and I stand by that. That's what I said. Yeah. Because again, I don't know what impact he could truly have right now.
Do you want to hear the Durk album?
Huh?
Do you want to hear the Durk?
As I said, because I have respect for Durk, and Durk already is an established person.
But he's incarcerated.
Huh?
But he's not. I said maybe there's a difference because he's not convicted yet. Maybe the conviction is.
Don't give him an out.
No. So what do you ask me specifically? Do you
want to hear a Lil Durk album from jail?
I don't want to necessarily hear it, but I am going to listen to it because he's Lil Durk.
You said get the fuck out of here. If you in jail, go away.
Is the difference the conviction though? Is that
one of the main differences here is that I'm sure this is stuff he was making. He's putting out before he got incarcerated. So most of this body of work was done.
You don't want to hear the
He's not in print talk about I'm cooking up right now.
Gotcha.
I got 16 more new songs.
So you want to hear the records?
I just came out the shower.
Jail.
These are records that he was already working on before unfortunately,
jail.
He went to jail.
Okay, so you don't want to hear the records recorded from jail.
I don't want you making slaps from your fucking cell.
You didn't like that R. Kelly remix?
No slaps from your cell.
R. Kelly, Chris Brown remix?
Stay in your cell, no slaps.
If Stephen A.
Don't
Smith...
have your niggas send you microphones. None of that.
If Stephen A. Smith were to go to jail,
oh God,
just randomly, I don't know for what.
He slapped LeBron in public.
Stephen A. Smith goes to jail.
LeBron put hands on him. He responded.
Do you want to hear his commentary from jail?
I don't want to hear you cooking up anything vocally. Write a book. Now read about it later. Get your book on.
So you rather Lil Durk not Lil Durk, but you'd rather whoever go to jail write a book.
The Tory Lanez autobiography.
Yeah, you would read that?
I don't think the Tory Lanez album did not do well. Young Boy's free now. Shout out to Young Boy. But before he got free now, whatever freedom looks for him, he's got upstream regulations. He's still got to follow. He did a jail album before that. That didn't really impact.
What about Tupac?
Again, before he went to jail, Me Against the World. He was making this music. He went to jail. While he was in jail, the album went #1.
Okay, so
don't make the record in jail. I don't want you making music in jail, trying to be competitive in the landscape. Or make your records. Don't try to sell me your slaps from your cell.
No sale slaps.
I don't want to copy your shit while you are locked up. No. So.
No sale slaps. Got you.
Yeah, it was tough. I did like the Janae single, but it's really tough for me to listen to. It is to listen to him talking about
That's why it doesn't work.
Meeting with a girl, and I know he's in jail. Like it's just I don't know. But I do hope that it makes enough money to cover either his legal fees or cover his family. Because it is, when you go away, you're losing your main source of income, which is performing and making music. And so, I know it's tough for a lot of these people if they're incarcerated, they're unable to do what they actually do to make money. So I hope that at the very least, this album, which he was working on beforehand, covers him and is able to maintain his legal fees and people that need it around.
Also, there's a difference too with, like, again, you go back Tupac being Against the World. We knew he was going to jail, but it wouldn't feel like he was going to be in jail possibly forever. These situations, these are long-term situations. We don't know if these persons are ever going to get freedom again. So I think that's also a different lens to look at it, right? It's like, we don't know the expiration of what the situation could be. So.
Oh, I forgot to ask when we were on the Billboard conversation. So this new Billboard chart ruling.
I don't even understand the rules anymore.
So, okay.
They're all to get Travis Scott in order and stop fooling around. That's what it was about. And it Taylor Swift too.
Well, basically,
they're tired of Taylor Swift and Travis Scott's shit. They're tired of it.
It's partially the bundle thing, partially the direct to consumer thing. I think they viewed the direct to consumer thing not only as a threat to the major label system and to some degree, but also as a threat to the validity of the charts. It seemed like they think so Billboard is apparently trying to put an end to these pay-to-play practices. They did so recently by announcing several new rules that will surely change the chart's general behavior and trajectory. For context, Billboard founded these new rules because artists have been using somewhat unethical yet not illegal practices to ensure that their songs have successful chart runs. Specifically, big-name artists have been using bots to boost streaming numbers. Doing so has resulted in price drops of physical music sales to garner higher spots on the chart. So these are the new rules. This is effective February 28th. Digital albums sold via an artist label or other official website store must now be redeemed in order to be chart eligible. So you actually need to, if you purchase something that's a t-shirt with an album, you need to actually listen to the album, redeem it with the code, play it. In addition, verification using HipHopDX is now required to prevent bots. And then they also... CAPTCHA. I don't know why I put it. It has an H in front. Okay, CAPTCHA. Sorry.
CAPTCHA.
I didn't
you capture
that
person,
properly.
Not a machine.
And then the in terms of the physical or the minimum price now for all direct to consumer exclusive digital sales, it has to at least be $7.99.
Yeah, because people are doing like $4.99, $5.99.
Yes, and the vinyl has to be $15.99. So people
Russ got vinyl. Russ got vinyl.
Yeah, Russ has a vinyl. We'll talk about Russ in a sec. But they were doing basically shout out to LaRussell who was doing a pay what you want, right? Or what do you? J. Cole even did that for recently on his blog. It was like, if whatever you think this deserves, or there's a minimum of $2 or whatever, they're saying that this is what music is valued at. It needs to be here. Is this going to affect a lot in the music industry? Do we think that this will affect the charts heavily? Are there people that are going to now be falling out of the charts because of this?
Who said that that's what my music is worth?
Billboard, apparently.
Well, we can crop that.
I agree.
My music is what the market's willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Your value is determined by the market. Your value is not determined by an authority figure or a blogger or a writer or an editor or anything like that. So market price is what it is.
But what if they, as the platform, then don't acknowledge you, right? Even though you probably sold these records
That's
over
cool.
here. Do you think it really impacts the artist in a major way?
The only reason why this is going to sound fucked up, we give things value. The only reason why an Elliott Wilson, Elliott Wilson.
Yeah, me.
And Elliott Wilson.
You had a chance to get out of it. You double down. You son of a bitch.
Nah, you following through.
The only reason that Elliott Wilson top 20 female MC list matters, that
which never came out. I was scared.
Is because
the powers that be.
We give it power. The same thing with Billboard charts. The Billboard charts mean something because we say it means something. Mm-hmm. So if you don't get included in this thing, that's cool. Doesn't mean you don't have value. Just like if you don't win a Grammy, doesn't mean you have value. It just means that this collection or subset of people or humans didn't value the works. So it's okay to not be included in that if you still want to sell your shit, what you want to sell it for. If I want to sell my music for $2.99, direct to consumer, that's my prerogative. I can do that. That's the country we live in.
Yeah, Billboard's just not going to count those sales.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
Again, being able to understand, just saying, hey, if I want to make a slap, I'm making a slap. If I want to make something for Elliott, make something for Elliott. If I want to make something for Jeremy, make some emotional shit. Cool.
It's a fact. No, it's a fact.
But, you know what I'm saying? But
he knows my music taste.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
the album, some emotional
just because
shit.
DJ Hed doesn't play your record on the radio doesn't mean your record doesn't have value.
You're not successful. Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to Nip too, right? Like
Same thing.
my music is worth
Yeah,
whatever
artists
it's
can
worth.
really do both. They can play by those rules to get as high.
Nip sold it for
Billboard placement they
$100. Then
Yeah.
he sold $1,000.
Yeah,
And then gave it away.
Mailbox money.
yeah, and
Yeah, that's part
It's
doesn't
free
get said.
online.
And I got it for free. Some people got it for free also.
You could pay $1,000 or you can get it for free. Are you what?
Maybe you don't want to hear DJ Drama yelling all over it.
Yeah. No.
Shout out Drama.
But to that point, I do think that this is trying to curb some of the direct to consumer. I think this is potentially a label play as well because they see where it was going. I think the J. Cole thing was actually a direct threat to a lot of the major labels because he was proving I can gather my own community. I can have people that I'm giving them my art right to them and they're going to pay for it because they love what I have to say. Shout out to John Bellion too. He's another artist who's been doing something cool where he has an online blog community where he's giving them songs early and he's giving them music videos as we transfer links. So he'll send them a direct, hey, you're getting the song 4 days early just for being a part of this. It's not even a pay right now. It's just you put in your email, you're giving your data, and he's just doing like an old school blog spot. So people who are doing things like this is a direct threat to major labels who are unable to profit off of these.
Yeah, I think you definitely at this point of your career, you have to have some sort of direct to consumer model. Whether it fits Billboard system or not, you'd be, as an artist, a disservice to yourself if you don't have some sort of pipeline of a direct to your consumer. Whether you're giving them T-shirts or fucking music or rare unreleased songs. I mean, Russ has done that too also in the past. Like, yeah, you got to do that. And you also want to play the system. It depends on where you stand. But yeah, this is specific to certain things they've seen. But then, people will still figure out, labels going to figure out how to work around that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I still think ultimately the charts do reflect what's going on. Kendrick's still doing this thing on a high level. It's the dot era. Carti's strong. Doechii's hitting the mainstream stage. Like, it still accurately reflects to me what's going on in culture.
Speaking of, I got an email from Patreon the other day. They want to talk about the bigger picture. So maybe there's some direct-to-consumer stuff in the works. You never know.
You got a what?
An email from someone at Patreon.
Like from somebody or like it was like, hey, at like
no, it was somebody pretty high up at Patreon, and they said they watched the big
TV film executives. We got a question who Jeremy's talking to. Like he's some scrub out here. I sat with a famous Hollywood thing. He's aware of your little show. Super famous.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
Jeremy, what nigga you talking to for Patreon? Who you know
Y'all niggas are journalists. You supposed to be to quote me directly. Don't paraphrase my shit.
You did.
I felt you were questioning his contact.
I wasn't.
When we didn't question your contact.
I wasn't questioning his contact.
Did you feel like he was questioning your contact, Jeremy?
Well, I think he was questioning who I was talking to. Like, as in, like, was it just some random email
that
bounced
somebody
into
on purpose?
your...
Meanwhile, you sit with the rich executives, the super
I didn't
famous
say nothing about rich executives.
Well-known executives that
I didn't say that
remain nameless.
I didn't say that.
You stunned on him a little bit. That's what
I didn't. I stunned on him.
Yes. We began the show with you speaking about. You spoke to some high-level executive in a secret meeting in Los Angeles, California. He said Patreon. The nigga said something that may make us a little bit of money, and you questioned him out the gate.
I didn't question him out the gate. What gate? Where's the gate?
The entrance. He tried to open the door to the Patreon.
I appreciate you.
To get to the bag.
I was just asking because I get random emails. I was like, spam. I was like, oh, like, are you getting those too? It was a relatable.
Oh, so now you think the white man was fooled.
Oh,
he didn't
my
talk to nobody like that. He doesn't.
I feel like my big brothers are fighting over me right now.
No, we're not. He can have you.
Damn. All right. Well, I'm going on this side for now. But no.
Patreon.
Yeah, shout out to Patreon.
Hit you right your back.
The good people over there.
It was Patroni.
The Patronis, yeah. But we were talking about Russ too.
Russ,
who is independent. He's dropping, and he had
first
a tweet
singles tonight. Wild.
He had a tweet where he was talking about how he wants to show what big budget independence can look like. He talked about investing $500K of his own dollars into this project. He's got a vinyl coming out. He's doing like the real promo. He's got the videos. And it's interesting to see, I think, because he is independent and has been so anti-establishment, anti-label. And so even though he's wanted acceptance over the course of his career from, the Elliott Wilson world and the hip hop world, he still has been very anti-establishment. And I think for him to have so much mainstream success still, do arenas, sell out real hard tickets around the country, and still, after years, this is like, I think he's probably in year, not talking about like the 10 mixtapes he dropped after, but in terms of like, we were talking about Jack Harlow's Arrival. Russ's Arrival was probably like 2016 or something like that. He's had almost 10 years of success, if not more. So for him to still be at that level, I think he deserves more credit in terms of where we place him in terms of...
Well, let me share his words, Jeremy. Let me show people I can read a little bit
Let's
here.
go for it.
It's important to me to show how big budget independence can look. Obviously, big budgets obviously big budgets aren't accessible to all independent artists. But I just want to show that independent doesn't mean less than. I just want to inspire and push the perception of what's possible. Going to be a great summer. And I think he also said, he said it already sold like 11,000 or so of the vinyl.
Which is crazy. At $15.99, I believe. So they count on the new Billboard chart.
Also, you got to get you have to put your album out, get it done so much earlier. So don't leak Russ's shit if you get your hands on it. You know what I mean? Don't fuck it up for him. But nah, shout out to Russ.
Yeah, and you talked to LaRussell recently, who is he worked with Russ to some degree, right, on either a distro or a project deal. But it's funny because he's now the forefront face of independence in a lot of ways and doing it himself. And Russ kind of came from that lineage, but I feel like they still have. I feel like you have an opposing view to the independent world, or maybe what is possible for most artists as independents. Did you guys talk about that at all?
Yeah, LaRussell talked about on my show, Effective Immediately. Go check it out. LaRussell talked about Russ giving him his first deal and helping him fund his idea. I think he gave him, I don't want to misquote him, I think it was like maybe like 50 grand or something like that. It was something close to that he gave him. And LaRussell went and really started what you see now. And Russ kind of like really embraced him. And he was like, they talk all the time, and he's forever grateful to Russ for doing that for him and showing him the way to do it. I have an opposing view, not because I don't believe in the independent. I think that it's misrepresented that anybody can do it, because you can't.
Special people could do it. Russ, LaRussell.
Yeah. If you're an independent artist, especially if you sign to just a distribution company, not even signed to. If you distribute, like I know Russ is a big advocate for. I think he's on DistroKid or TuneCore.
Yeah, I think it's DistroKid.
Anyway.
Or no, TuneCore.
He's on TuneCore. Russ always pushes the narrative. Hey, you can just do it all yourself. He shows you how he goes and finds a sample.
Yeah,
he goes on Splice. He makes the beat on Logic. He mixes it himself, records himself. Yeah. It's like, bro, everybody ain't you, bro. Like, that ain't what this is. Like, you're gifted. Acknowledge the fact that you have gifts. That's like LeBron saying, you just go to the gym. Like, nah, nigga, you LeBron James, fool. Like, this ain't the same thing, bro. Don't tell Elliott Wilson that he could just go be you. He can't be you, nigga. Like, so...
I'm always in these examples.
I'm just...
You don't know nobody else?
Jeremy Heck.
Besides sitting next to you.
I was in the driveway thinking I could do it.
You can't.
You know what's crazy? I thought I was going to the NBA before my rap dreams. I thought I was going to the NBA so confidently up until I was maybe 12. Like, there was no question in my mind. I was playing college ball. I was going to the NBA, and I was actually pretty good. I know you're yawning about it, but
no,
I was
young.
I was actually pretty good. Okay, sorry.
The young man telling you his dreams.
I was actually good enough that I got bumped up 2 age brackets. But then when I started playing with the older age bracket, I realized I'm not LeBron James. I cannot do this. But before that, I was only worried.
So you're like 8 years old, 9 years old with handle?
That was my skill. I could really handle it. But I was only worried. Handle heck. I was only worried. This is my only worry in life at 8 years old. How am I going to balance going to the NHL, the hockey, league, and the NBA at the same time? Because I was like, I know I'm going to make both. And so, like, how am I going to balance it time-wise? I was so delusionally confident. That's why if you see, like, how did Jeremy... Like, I just always believed that I was so good at anything.
You know what I was worried about at 8 years old, Jeremy?
What?
Eating food.
I had privilege not to worry about eating.
I'm fucking with you. But no, I'm just saying that, yes, we should water the seeds that grow in our children as far as, like, dreams and aspirations.
But everybody is not LeBron.
But do you think Russ
and LaRussell have a real niche fan base of people that they're telling that they can do something and they can't. Everybody can't do it. And it's okay to
So you don't like when Russ is, that statement I read where Russ is making it sound like even though he should be an inspiration independent artist, everyone shouldn't feel like they can do it? Like, is he wrong for kind of trying to motivate all these independent artists that maybe only 10% have the talent or the drive to want to get to the level?
He's not wrong. I think he simplifies it because he doesn't take into account his gifts. So he oversimplifies it to make it seem like it's available to everyone. No, it's available to you in this capacity because you're dope.
People need more skill also if they want to blaze that trail independently. It requires more than just being an artist that
Russ is
signs
dope.
to a label.
Russ is dope. Everyone's not dope. So those people who are not dope have to work harder than Russ does to achieve the same.
What I think, though, is I think some things are just good for the ether to have out there, right? Like, I think in the media space, it's great that we're out there having real serious hip hop conversations, that we're breaking down lyrics, that we're talking about the music, even if that just seeps into a few other people and they're like, oh, I see what they're doing. They're able to do it. I can do it to a certain degree. Not everyone's going to be us. Not everyone's going to be whoever you look at as like the top guys. Not everyone's going to be able to do that. But the space uplifts a little bit. I think someone like Russ and LaRussell, the fact that they're putting this out there and they're really saying like, hey, look what I'm doing. Look at my journey. Be inspired by it. Not everyone's them. But everyone can take something and uplift themselves a little bit better than maybe they would have been prior to.
You know what? I agree with you, but I also think that it's an occupational hazard. When people finish their song in the studio with their homies and they mix it themselves in their AirPods, they don't bring you the record. They bring it to me. And they expect me to fuck with it. They expect me to like it. They expect me to play it. So it might be an occupational thing.
You've just heard enough, and you're like,
you get to sit back and be like, yeah, this is dope. Shout out to Munchie, whatever the fuck his name is, who you shout out every show, and you say you have a critique on the record, as opposed to they don't expect you to do anything for them or with the record. Whereas my occupational hazard, which I chose and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I have a magical red button that everybody thinks to keep in my back pocket to make them rich and famous by pressing it.
I've seen it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think
better press it for this show, man. You better press it now.
My biases probably come from that lens, which is why I'm always telling people like, hey, bro, it ain't that simple. Like I literally just talked to one of the homies yesterday about Mediabase. Man, I watched what you said on the bigger picture, and I went and registered all my songs on Mediabase. He sent me the screenshot of it, and I was like, damn, that's fucking dope. But that also doesn't mean that people are just going to play your record.
It's a hit record out the gate, yes.
But that's still better than not, right? Like the fact that you said it out loud, someone was inspired to do something, they took action. They might not become the biggest independent artist in the world, but right now they're at a better space than they were.
They are at a better space, but the entitlement that brews in that
doesn't get talked about enough.
Correct. It's an entitlement thing because
I'm ready for
like,
the big cosign from a DJ Hed and everybody.
Now that I've done everything that you said, Russ, I went on Splice. I got my sample. I made the beat myself in Logic. I bounced it. I got it mixed and mastered because DJ Hed told me to go to engineers.com. Then DJ Hed told me to register on Mediabase. Then DJ Hed told me to. I did everything.
DJ Hed plan.
Why am I not rich?
Because that song sucks.
Russ does say what Russ does say that he says maybe the music is trash. He says maybe the music isn't good enough, and I think that's at the very lowest level of people's thought process, but that should be number one. Is the song good?
Yeah. Yes.
And Russ is I'm sure Russ is songs.
We do the bigger picture every week.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you good at what you do?
Yes.
Bet. Can you do this show 100% by yourself?
No.
Why not?
Because there's so many people involved that are great at what they do. I'm good, but I'm not.
That's the music business, Jeremy Heck.
But yes, and there's very few people who can do it themselves.
That's why the lights went out again.
That's the music business.
Lights out.
That's my point, though. It doesn't fucking matter how good you are sometimes. You can't do it by yourself. Not everyone is Russ. Not everyone is LeBron. Not everyone is Kobe. Sometimes you need a Paul Gasol. Sometimes you need a Derek Fisher. Sometimes you need an Eddie Jones. You just need a Nick Van Exel. Sometimes you need a nigga like Ray Rice to hit the three. You need other people sometimes.
If you're independent, you got to build a team.
The false narrative that people paint in this game is that you could just do it yourself. That's not true. You need a team, you need people, you need infrastructure, you need representatives, you need all kind of shit that people don't talk about because they get on TikTok and be like, well, Russ told me I could do it myself. And then they expect us to participate in their bullshit and their fallacy. No, go look that shit up.
Well, yeah, I agree with you to the point that like not everyone can do it themselves, but I also don't think everybody is built for the major label system either. So I think it's like a know yourself.
It's not an either or though.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, where do you fall on this spectrum? How much of what Russ, let's say Russ is like the anomaly. He can produce, he can write, he can
anomaly because Russ could also even engineer himself.
Yeah, he can engineer. He can get every credit and the only person to ever go platinum doing everything on the album. Okay, of that, how many of those skills are you great at? Are you a great writer? Are you a great singer? Okay, cool. Let's say you have two. Then you need someone to produce. You find a great producer. Then you find a great hook maker, let's say, if you're not the greatest singer. Okay, now you have the music aspect. Now you go back down. Do I want to do my own promo? Am I a good marketer? Am I a good content creator? yes, I can create content, but I don't want to market it. Cool. I can create the content, add that to my skill set, then bring in the marketer. Like, I think people have to understand which of these things they're absolutely great at.
They don't.
But that's the thing. So you ask, like, can I do this myself? Absolutely not. Now there's certain things I'm like, I'm great at this. I'm a great content creator. I'm a great strategist. I'm a great speaker. I can create topic lists. Those are things like I might still do 5 jobs that might take one person. Like, one person can only do one of those 5. I'll do those 5. You know what you're great at, so you'll bring all those things to the table. Elliott brings all these things to the table. The behind the scenes, they all know. This team might be 40 people had it not been this team, you know, but we know ourselves well enough. So
I give LaRussell credit for 2 reasons. One is he said it on my show. You go watch the interview. It's really good. He said, I came in entitled. I felt like because I was doing all these things, I'm not making this shit up.
I want instant results.
He's like, I wasn't seeing the results. And I felt entitled. Like, why is people not fucking with this if I'm good? Yeah. And I'm good at what I do, and I'm doing everything y'all telling me to do. Why is it not working? Why am I not making what I'm getting the return on investment from this? That's what breeds in people when you just tell them to do shit themselves. Other reason I give LaRussell credit is because LaRussell is one of the first people who preached this quote unquote independent DIY approach, who shows the entire team and what they do. I've never seen a Russ videographer.
I know. I want to Russ videography. His manager's from Winnipeg. Milan.
I've never seen a Russ like I've never seen like a Russ person that handles his business or his publishing. I've never seen like his social media manager, right?
You want to see more behind the scenes.
I don't give a fuck. When you're telling people to do it themselves, they're misinterpreting it that you're doing it yourself.
That everything is you.
Every single thing.
No one can do it themselves completely.
Every single fucking thing. You're answering the emails. You're answering the phone call. That's what they think.
Yeah.
I'm not telling Russ he has to absorb the brunt of people's ignorance. I'm telling Russ that this is what your people are thinking. And because you're the one that is perpetuating this messaging, you have the onus to correct that. You know what I'm saying? LaRussell, at least at the bare minimum, he like, yo, this is my nigga on the keys. This is my nigga who make the beats. This is my nigga who shoot the content. This is the person schedule all the content. My mom is in there packaging the merch. My dad, you know what I'm saying? He's showing himself.
Yeah, the process.
He didn't build a fucking pergola by himself.
Good company.
You know what I'm saying? They all out there. He's showing the whole team out there. Hey, and he tells you, hey, I couldn't do this by myself. It's a whole community of people. I'm not coming down on Russ. I'm just telling you that when you're at that level and you're disseminating information to a people who probably aren't as intelligent as you, you have the onus to explain certain things to them in the way that they need to understand it, so that way they're not out here just expecting DJ Hed to play their fucking song.
Or you could just sign to A$AP Rocky.
Or sign to A$AP Rocky.
He'll get you hot out here in these streets. Stop asking Hed to play your shit, man.
It's
you ain't ready.
You ain't ready. I'm talking shit, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to build your own independent team, your own independent crew. You can't do it by no one man is the army. You have to build around yourself before you reach out to outside and want outside validation, the big cosign. DJ had to say it's not. Elliott Wilson to tweet that it's amazing. Like Jeremy had to tweet that it's amazing. Like the cosign. Like don't reach for the cosign so fast when you not put the work in to get to that point.
Yeah, you know? It's 3 of us, but it's probably 10 people on that work on this shit, on this show.
You don't see it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's also about, I think, finding people who are just as good at their craft and want to build with you. The same way we always talk about like artists building with producers. I think artists should also look to build with content creators and influencers and build with a manager who really is great at what they do, or a marketing person who's really great at what they do, because those are the people that you can really come up together and the shit you don't want to do. Like there's so many artists like, I don't want to sit there and do content. Cool. You shouldn't do that. You should find somebody who loves to do content, is great at
capture
doing
you a
content.
certain way. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and you'll constantly you'll see that to this day where artists will be on social media talking about, I'm looking for social media this, but like the opportunities are there. Everybody can't be a star too. That's the thing too. Everybody want to be the big main person. Everyone's not built for that. Really hone into what your skill set is. You could be an independent success without being the artist per se, right? Like that's the whole point.
And it don't matter how dope you are most of the time. Your work ethic and your community is what's going to be your saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you dope don't mean shit.
The dopeness will get you through the door, but it won't keep you there.
Just cause you dope don't mean shit.
But spotlight the people doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. There are people doing it right.
Spotlight time. You got one more, Jeremy. What else you got?
The only other thing I had, I really wanted to give credit to Wiz Khalifa, because I think he's another guy who, even though he's had his stature in the game for so long, he has more hits than most artists could ever dream of having. Like the streams, he's got the songs and movies, he's got the classic albums, the classic mixtapes, but he's still somebody who is willing to put in so much work and so much effort.
I don't know what, but don't you feel like a change has happened? Like, I feel like that's somebody now I want to interview, and I haven't always had the best rapport with him, I guess, but like, I don't know. I felt like for a long time, Wiz Khalifa. Because he's only kind of carved his own lane and was hugely successful, right? He was doing things on his terms and did a whole run with Atlantic Records, then went independent and seemed very like resolved, and, you know, every once in a while put out some music. It's all good. But it seems like lately with this sort of blog era-esque fire he's putting out, like, I wonder what lit the fire, where he seems like he's way more active now, wanting to put music out consistently. And it's the best music I've heard from him in years. Like, I wonder what was the onus that kind of lit this fire and what he's really ultimately trying to achieve with this, you know?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see. But I think maybe to the earlier point, I think people are still a lot more interested right now in bars too. Like he's doing freestyles. Like a lot of these are like freestyles over other people's beats, which we haven't seen in the mainstream besides radio freestyles in a long time. And he's really like, he did the Kendrick track first, and I think that blew up. It was like, oh, like Wiz is really on it.
And maybe the positive response is also inspired him to keep going, right? You love me on that Kendrick shit. Oh, y'all don't even know we used to do this. This is some blog era shit. Like, okay, this is me. I love music. You know what's going on? Boom. And like, no, I think it needs to be celebrated more, to your point also. I feel like, you know, it's underground like it was back in the day, but it's like, I like to see him just being so competitive in a sense, right? Being active. I haven't seen that in years.
And I would love, like, I'm excited to hear what the album sounds like too, because I think he's clearly paying homage to the, you know, Cushion Orange Juice era, and he's done it with like Rolling Papers too. He's Cabin Fever. He's gone back to eras, but I think the Cushion Orange Juice era is such a specific time period in music. Period. Like at that time, everyone remembers where they were during that blog era come up. That was a lot of the early mixtapes from these guys. I think 2010, 2011 era. So I'm excited to see if it's gonna feel like that and how people will receive that era. I also would love to know, like, some reflection on those records. You know, I always talk about that, but I would love to know what it feels like to be one of the biggest artists of all time, the most successful artists of all time, but still have that hunger and you still want to compete, still like want to be viewed in a certain light when it comes to your craft.
Shout out Wiz Khalifa, baby.
But yeah, that's all I got. Anything we missed before Spotlight? Oh, we didn't talk about Hed being called Drizzy by Glasses Malone.
Say, Mr. Drake. What you did? So you put up on something on your European adventures of a note from, I guess, the front desk of a high-profile boutique hotel overseas, and it says simply some sort of message to Mr. Drake, dear Mr. Drake.
Yeah.
What made you share that to the general public? No one would incite such a furor.
I didn't know it would incite anything.
Come on.
Seriously?
Every week somebody discovers that your last name is Drake, and it's headline news, man. Come on.
Headline
news.
Bro,
DJ Hed's name is Drake. Headline news. DJ Hed's real name is.
I just thought it was funny because it's like, oh my God, this is your name. Like my name, bro. My name is my name. My name has been my name my whole life, bro. 40 years. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to poke fun at the what do they call them? The bots.
Yeah.
I poke fun at the bots often, and then I ended up posting the screen. My mentions, like if I just open my X account right now, you would just see it's insane,
right? Yeah.
Right. So I like to troll them motherfuckers sometimes. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let me chum the waters. So I put the screenshots up. We don't really post screenshots in my crew.
But you had Glasses and got permission, Mr. Glasses Malone?
It's all good. So, you know, he ain't tripping.
And you say he used to call you Drizzy.
Literally. I put up 2 screenshots. But yeah, he's been calling me that for years.
And asking you about BPMs for years.
Literally. Like since 2000. He's been calling me that since I think 06. Go to the other screenshot. Yeah. Oh, that one's from 2020. I don't have. So we
do me a solid, Drizzy.
He was calling you Drizzy before Drake was Drizzy?
Yeah, we had sidekicks.
OG Drizzy?
We had sidekicks, bro.
How did he come
Remember
up with
T-Mobile
his
sidekick?
How did he come up with his version
Yeah.
of Drizzy in your mind? How did
I
you
don't
learn
take
it?
credit for giving that man his name. I'm just saying the
No, I'm
bots.
saying how do you think G Malone came up
Because
with
my
the
last
Drizzy?
he's been calling me Drake for 20 years.
Yeah, but before Drake was Drizzy.
Yeah, how do you
were
go from
Drizzy?
Drake to Drizzy before?
He's
Aubrey
been calling
Graham.
me this for 20 years, bro.
So you don't know is what you're saying.
I don't know what.
How did G Malone come up with Drizzy as the acronym?
It's just
off of
it's
Drake?
hip hop.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, it's literally like it's Drake. It's just Snoop is the Izzo.
Oh, the
Shizzle.
Izzy thing.
Yeah,
the
it's
DR?
just-
Okay.
Yeah, it's just hip hop. But I just put this up because this is from 2020. But I put this up because I don't have the messages that go back 20 years, like from the fucking sidekicks and the G phones and shit. So, but I just put this up. I'm like, bro, this has been a thing. Like, because also I seen people like attacking glasses because glasses trolling the bots too.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen people attacking glasses like, oh, you and DJ Hed are a concerted effort to, take over
Consortium.
the mantle. And I'm like,
Consortium.
the mantle? Like, I don't give a fuck about. That's not what this is, bro. Like, he's literally been calling me this for 20 years. It's not new. It's just that y'all are catching up to internal shit. And I just decided to post about it.
Mr.
That's
Drake.
funny. And we actually do have the ability. I will give you the out or the in. You've gone crash free the entire
Here he goes
episode. We're
again.
in buzzer beater
Final
territory.
lineup. The final lineup.
This is the final lineup. And this is just something you tweeted, okay?
Didn't I crash on white rappers a little bit before?
Yeah, but it was mini. It was like a mini. You said when I watch another streamer and rapper connect, and it was Steph Curry doing this. Have you seen anything recently that has made you do this face?
Come on, that's funny. That's funny. That's content.
That was good.
That's content.
That was good.
Gotta
And I
be
love that you're
allowing
leaning
yourself.
into it too. I think
that was
that's
warm.
fun.
What
was
streamer,
actually
what
right.
rapper? Jeremy Head, because he's not going to say what streamer, what rapper.
I think it's that Neon Kid. He's getting on my nerves now.
What streamer, what rapper?
Neon Kid.
Well, we saw DDG and Wiz Khalifa.
It's just a new one now.
We saw I don't know who's.
I just said the Neon Kid's getting on my
Neon,
nerves.
yeah.
He's with YG and shit.
Oh, yeah,
and creating antics
YG
and all
and
that.
Neon.
And
That's what.
Why YG
fake
in there?
accidentally playing the record, and then he just started a new stream, and I don't know. It's just
Playing what record?
He played like
new YG's
unreleased
coming.
and pretended it was fake.
Yeah, very personal record. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
you
called
guys-
2004.
2004, yeah. So he did a content piece with him. I don't know how much of it was staged or not. So he like accidentally
Probably
played the
all of
song,
it.
which is a controversial song as we know. And then like, oh, I got to reach my stream. I wasn't supposed to play that. Blah, blah, blah. So I think that was what I saw
Yeah,
that made me nod to that. But
Okay.
it was more of just a nod. It
Yeah,
wasn't
just
with
a
real
nod.
anger or real malice or real that type of
I thought it was
situation.
funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was a way to acknowledge that that's still that. Because I had to say the other thing about people were throwing me a goddamn pity party because I said I don't expect to get another big free interview. But I was like, that didn't mean I was throwing my flag in and giving up, motherfuckers. Like I was. It's too far. Look at this. Hey, how could you not embrace this?
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
don't
You're
accidentally play that
hey!
Don't accidentally play that new YG record.
You slipped. Your finger slipped onto the
Yo,
song.
we gotta
and
restart
clicked
this whole
play.
bigger picture show.
Oh
Yo,
my gosh,
Restart
we
the whole
gotta
thing.
go.
Nobody's
Cut
ever gonna
this.
see this. You gotta scrap this episode, get the
Cut
lights
this.
right, and start this shit over.
Cut this shit.
Cut this shit.
Oh
Fuck
my
that.
gosh.
West Coast.
Wait, what did you guys think of this whole morning routine? Did you guys usually dunk your faces in some sparkling water in the morning?
Whatever you finna do, I'm not fucking with it.
You ain't
I
got
haven't
you
tried- I
got a
don't
punch
like-
bowl
No, I'm
with
just
the
saying.
mice?
Listen, Jeremy Heck,
I was just
you
gonna.
on some white people shit right now?
Oh no.
And
was
whatever
just-
you doing, I'm just
Oh.
telling you right now, if you do something to me,
Is it
I
a
was-
baptism? What's he
I
doing?
don't know. I was just gonna fix my
A
pores.
baptism? Oh god.
That was it.
No, you need a banana peel
The
with
little
that.
pores fixed.
Y'all couldn't afford a bowl and shit with some
I don't
ice?
have a bowl, so I did what I did what I could do.
That was outside the budget?
If my face is sparkling, just
whatever y'all
understand.
niggas is cooking up,
There's nothing. That's it.
So DJ Head, if you're on your online, you're online like the rest of America, we're online. I wonder, do you pay attention when streaming comes up, like a Neon with YG doing interviews?
I don't know
Am I
who
saying
that
his name
is.
right, Neon?
Yeah, my face is burning.
Neon and YG.
What? Sorry.
Or the viral sensation of the other guy. Look at this.
that's Neon?
Would you watch this content? Would
I
you
don't
enjoy
know
this
who that
content?
is, bro.
Okay. So you try your best to ignore that sort of streaming culture, the viral culture of like the morning routine of the gentleman with the banana peels.
No, I don't
and ice
ignore
water.
shit. I'm not invested. I don't give a fuck.
You don't react.
I got other shit going on in real life. This nigga, I don't know that nigga. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I don't drink that water. I don't know what the fuck you niggas talking about.
You don't have no banana peels in your skin? You don't
I'm
do
more
that?
of a still guy than sparkling. What are your guys' morning routines though? You wake up. What's the first thing that happens for the next 2 hours? What
I take a piss, Jeremy, because I'm a grown ass man.
I usually pee too. What happens after that?
I tell you, people gotta
After
do
the
it. There you
stream.
go. See,
So you stay on
Do you know
stream.
what this means, DJ Head?
Oh, I seen white people dunking their face in that.
It started with a black
Yeah,
man with a lot of muscles.
wasn't a
He
white
started
man.
it
Why did he do that?
because he want to go viral and make a lot
He
of
was
money. I
probably
think and it
paid
took
by the
off.
water company to do
Exactly.
so.
And
Yeah.
now you perpetuating the bullshit on stage.
We didn't even say the name. We blurred out the name. I don't want to.
You just put it up.
I didn't put it up. Okay, we can blur it out too.
I think everybody should wake up, stay in some peaceful quietness for a couple minutes, whatever long you do. Then check your phone, and then most importantly, go into the bathroom and wash your ass. Then after you wash your ass, you come outside
and
wash the rest of yourself
and
too.
wash your hands.
Then you brush your motherfucking teeth and you start your day. That's how you
Do you wash your hands before you wash your face?
Wait, but do I wash my hands before I wash my face?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I got to grab the situation. Of course, it's already going down.
You just said what you said.
You grabbing the soap.
I gotta grab the situation.
I can't grab the soap with my face. I grab my motherfucking hands. I'm touching the soap bar with my motherfucking hands.
Do you wash your hands before?
What he's saying is he doesn't have a separate face wash. It's the soap.
No, I know
generally.
that. But do you
It
wash your
touches your hands first.
No, do you wash your hands and then wash your face with it?
Do I outwardly scrub my hands aggressively necessarily? I don't know if I always do that. No, I don't know if I always do that.
Do you wash your hands before you wash your face?
I usually wash my face in the shower, so I've washed
Who the
my
fuck
face.
is this
That's what
nigga?
I'm saying. We're in the shower doing it.
That's the
nigga that started
This
it
is the
all.
guy.
Bro, man, that hair ain't real. Who is this nigga?
Damn.
So you're
Nothing
really
about
able
this is
to
real.
avoid this nonsense online? You're able to avoid this?
It's not in my. You know what? You want to see what's in my algorithm?
I'm scared to see what you
Yeah, what's on your For You page? That's how you get to your Instagram Explorer. That's how you get to see somebody's reality. I like to start my morning with a nice meditation.
Oh, food.
First thing that popped up. That makes sense.
Making his own salsa.
And killing it too.
What? Look at
He
this shit.
crushes
This
that shit.
Chicken fajitas. I wish I could eat chicken.
So wait, so you know this is funny. So DJ Head's a vegan. You know how like other people have like it's like might be a some sort of naked body or something. DJ Head's version of that is meat, like chicken and beef that he can't eat. So he just watches content.
You're watching
of people
content of food that you can't consume?
Yes.
What are you doing to yourself?
Hey.
Discipline.
Nigga, look up some broccoli or some shit. Like,
Nah,
what are you doing?
I'll be looking at food and food, bro.
So you're food porn, as the kids say.
I don't know what that is, but I look at food and I look at loadouts.
What that needs a pause. What is that?
That sounds like
What is
porn
a
too.
loadout?
Well, you're not a Call of Duty player, Elliott Wilson, but
I am not. I'm
yeah.
not.
So I look at loadouts and food, and women pop up here and there.
But you
And
don't
then-
even ever look at those. You just double tap everything and
Correct.
swipe
And
up.
you didn't
apparently.
explain. So what is your washing hands technique that we're missing out on?
I started washing my hands prior to washing my face. That's why I got this sea moss glow.
Got you.
Before you were just.
So you're doing it
straight.
at the sink, and then you go into the shower and wash
No, I
the
do
rest
it in
of
the
your
shower.
situation.
Do it all. You brush your teeth in the shower, huh? That's some New York shit.
I did. I said wash your ass, come out, then brush your teeth. That's what I said.
Yeah, I wash my ass in the shower, wash
Yes.
everything in the shower, and then I get out and brush my teeth.
Yes,
at the
that's what
sink.
that's what I'm encouraging the whole world to do that.
Oh, okay.
I brush my teeth first.
Before you get in the shower?
do
Yeah.
that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You don't brush your teeth in the shower?
No.
Interesting.
Do most people do that? Is
Do
that
you
a
wash
thing?
your legs?
I do. I use a loofah too.
Hey,
I know my people don't really do that,
Do you
but I
wash
use a
your
loofah.
feet?
Yes. I wash
You
my
wash
feet.
between your toes?
Yep.
do
Interesting.
you
I
think
do.
most white people do not wash below their waist? Is that true?
I think it's a lot of them. I honestly, I've had multiple conversations.
they think the water just runs down and makes magic happen, right?
Yeah. It's like, and then at some point they're
Like
like,
your
oh, well,
bunion's clean. Your bunion is clean for no reason.
Well,
It's
the
just-
bottom of the floor it has all the soap on it, so it's no. It is funny though. I never knew about this loofah or scrub because like I didn't know the towel technique too, the washcloth technique. I had no
It's
idea
not a
about
technique,
that.
it's just washcloth, man.
What's the technique used on
We use
washcloth?
those, right?
Yeah, but like
My grandma was pink.
Washcloth technique.
well, for white people, it's revolutionary. We don't do it. So I found out about it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I do use a loofah, so yeah.
My black friend stayed over. He required some sort of rag to wash his ass. What a sicko. He's never invited back. Who raised him?
He asked me for a washcloth. I don't have
Washcloth?
those.
Hey, you know what I never understood? Maybe we can talk Spotlight after this. So, you know when you stay at a hotel, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 towels.
There's 3 levels. Yeah.
There's the small one,
Yeah,
the medium one, and the big one.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a medium one for?
Hands. That's a hand towel. There's the washcloth for the body. There's the middle one for the hand, and then there's a big
The
one.
middle one is just for hands, because that's the one I use
Have
to,
you
you know.
used it for? That's you wipe with that or
This is
what?
what you know. The one you don't wipe yourself, you wipe her.
That's yours. That's your bed cloth.
That's your post-game cleanup.
That's your cleanup cloth.
Yeah, that's the one because you can wet half of it. You wet half of it.
And then dry with the other half. I see the move.
Yeah.
It's a
you wet half of
move.
it. You good?
I'm a tissue
And then
guy.
you dry her with the
Yeah.
That's tender loving care.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
West
well,
Coast.
That's important.
That's good. Yeah.
Look out for your people.
Yeah.
Look out for your people. I want to spotlight.
Okay. Damn. What if we wanted to go first?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm ready. Y'all not ready.
Yeah, I
No, go
wasn't
ahead.
ready. I
You go
wasn't
first.
ready.
Lead us.
I want to spotlight YG.
That unreleased.
You gonna leak
just
that
played.
record? You and Neon? 2004?
I play a little snippet for you. I mean, it comes out. It'll be out by the time people see this. But if you want me, I play
Yeah,
it.
please flex.
All right.
Is that okay with the desk of YG? As long as it's okay with the desk of YG.
Yeah, it's all good. It come out tonight, so it's a song. I'm gonna just play the first bar, and then we could talk about this real quick. So this is the first. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and you'll know why I stop it after this.
Okay.
All right. This is the most vulnerable YG record you've ever heard in your life.
Letting the beat run.
Little 8 bars.
Listen to this.
When I was young, I got raped. Yeah. By a bitch twice my age.
Whoa.
When you're from school to me, the hers and got laid. Ever since that day, I never looked at shit the same.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is YG's most vulnerable record he's ever made.
Wow.
Kudos to him for putting this out. It's called 2004. Very personal, very intimate record, and he's telling his truth finally. So I think he tells the whole story, no holds barred, doesn't cut no corners, talks about everything. Super dope of him to do that.
Which is, I keep going back to Mr. Morale's impact. That album, I do think, opened the door for people to be a lot more vulnerable about those specific situations. Like A$AP Ferg did a great job on his album of talking about it. I've heard a couple other rappers talk about that same situation. Yes.
Case, yeah.
And for YG, somebody whose persona is perceived a certain way, for him to open up like that. And it's such a raw way. He did it in YG's way. That's how he
Super
starts
YG.
the
Authentic
song.
way. Yeah, the authentic
I'm
way.
like,
That's the thing, too.
Yeah, so
Yep, called 2004. Go check it out. It's out right now.
yeah, shout out to YG. I want to spotlight. So we did a Toronto, LA United event recently with Something Dope for the People and Beat Cave from Toronto.
I was invited to Jeremy's credit.
I did invite the guys.
He did invite me.
Yeah.
I turned it down politely.
Why? Because I thought you would have a good time. There was a lot of talent from Toronto, a lot of talent.
You thought
from
I would
LA.
have a good time?
Yeah.
You was mad that he invited you?
You invited me?
Yeah, I
Yes,
invited
he
you guys in the
invited both
group
of us.
chat.
Oh, I don't be reading the group chat.
So I gotta send the solo text if it's an invite.
Yeah,
so how do
man
I
just say you don't
DM
read that shit
So I gotta
either.
tag you on Instagram and be like, hey,
No, I don't-
DJ Hed, I have somewhere I'm about to be. Check your text.
Put that shit on my calendar. Send me a calendar
An
invite.
email. Okay.
No, send a calendar invite.
Okay.
All you do is look at your calendar. That's what I'm supposed
That's
to be.
how I live my life. If I don't,
Really?
it'll be all fucked up.
This is like this is life, man.
He put everything on my calendar. I just need to know where I need to be.
Does
and
he put like eat nigga at 1 o'clock?
No,
like that?
I eat wherever. I'll get up and leave right now if I gotta eat. But what I do with my calendar is I look at my calendar and I just need, all I ask him is, do I gotta wear pants? Like
As
jeans.
in like shorts?
No, like jeans. Like, do I have to get dressed? Because
Okay.
if I wear jeans, that means I gotta walk a red carpet. So I need to know where I gotta be, what time I gotta be there, and do I gotta wear jeans? That's all I give a fuck about. Most of the time when we walk in places, I don't even know where we at, why we there.
Do you know? But you know, if you have to actually DJ, you know that part, right? If you're the
If
DJ.
I got a DJ, I know I bring my laptop. But like, we went to Essence. I had no idea what was going on. I walked there. I was like, "What are we doing? What are we talking about?" He's like, "Hey, I can tell you, but do it matter? No, it don't. I'm just saying, ate the
So why would
refreshment."
you? I was gonna say, why would you not want to know someone in advance? Because you don't process it, or you don't care.
Because everything I say, I'm gonna be honest. I don't necessarily. All I need to know, if I'm DJing, I know I'm DJing. Bring my laptop. But if I'm having a conversation, I don't need to know what the fuck we talking about because I'm just gonna tell the truth.
This makes me actually a little surprised because I imagine you to be somebody who is acutely aware of your surroundings and
Like
wants to know
meticulous.
ahead of time what you're walking into,
Where
who
the
might
exit
be
door
there, where
is.
the exit.
No,
yeah.
I peep
Yeah.
all of that. That's safety shit. That's LA shit. I'm not talking about. If y'all invite me somewhere and be like, "Hey, we doing a panel," I don't need no talking points. Y'all got to tell me what we talking about.
just panel here.
So you never look at the pregame shit that Jeremy sends us.
Hardly ever.
Might be the secret to our show.
Maybe that is.
So you really come in blindly. You have no idea the topics other than
I'm just gonna tell the
play
truth.
YG's new shit. Other than that, I got nothing else.
I didn't even know I was gonna play YG shit. He brought up YG, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could spotlight that because it come out tonight. Like it's just that's how I live. I don't premeditate like my talking points and shit.
Respect it.
Well, we ended up having, so
it was a good time without DJ. It was a good time
without
Wilson in the building.
Yes, we had Ann Clemens was a special guest, giving feedback, and it was super dope. There was so much talent from Toronto and from LA. I joked at the beginning, I was like, I might not be liked by certain.
Are you trying to bring Toronto and LA
I'm trying
together?
to bring unity. I'm trying to put a spotlight on independent artists in Toronto, bring more music together. Incite collaboration between the two cities. And there was super dope talent. Everyone from Toronto who I heard was very different sounding. There was a couple, I'll get the name and send it to CT, but there's this guy who was a producer and he had like, it was almost like a house music mixed with like Playboi Carti auto-tune over top of it. It was super dope. So yeah, he was my favorite of the night. And then from LA, he's actually from Hong Kong initially, but he was on the LA side. He's lived here for a while. Flair just dropped a new song called Chasing Blue, one of my favorites. That Stop the Room. That was the only song that everybody was like, we need to hear the rest of this song.
Stop the Room?
Stop the Room. Flare, Chasing Blue. It's out now. So
Question, can I go to Toronto, or not Toronto, can I go to Canada and just start a career?
What in career in what? In
hip hop.
It would be much harder.
Why?
Because there's not as much infrastructure in Canada. You could try, but there's gonna be a ceiling over there right now. You have to come to America to some degree to get to the height.
To do hip hop.
No, not to do hip hop. You can do hip hop in Toronto. Shout out to, there's a great hip hop scene in Toronto, but most of the people who have made it from Toronto have at least broken through in America to some degree. Like The Weeknd, Drake,
Gotcha.
and Party, all these people had to, Tory Lanez, all of them came here. Justin Bieber even, like, he moved to America, made it in America, then brought it back home.
Got you.
I'm to America.
I just wanted to know because niggas just pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
Independent motherfuckers pulling up.
Niggas just pull up to America. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just do career here. And it's like, can I do that over there? Like, they won't even let niggas in.
Well, right now it's
niggas are getting turned away at the border.
Yeah,
niggas can just pull up and just, hey, I'm a hip hop authority. Hey, I'm the face of hip hop. Hey, I'm the like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, somebody did point out though he is a dual citizen.
You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga, the prime minister tripping on shit now because of fucking dictator Donnie.
Yeah, there's
dictator Donnie.
There's a lot going. I'm headed. Yeah, I'm gonna be at a border.
You gonna be at a
let
what?
me through.
I
want no harm.
He's going back home now. He was like, hey, let me back in.
I'm not going home.
That's how crazy they are. They even let their own niggas back in.
No, back in here.
Oh,
they might be watching the bigger picture.
Yeah,
that's your problem.
Yeah, who knows?
When your green card expire?
I don't have a green card, but my work visa, I still have some years on it.
Like how many?
I don't need to put my business out there. I got some time.
It's people watching this, DJ Hed, please.
Well, I'm just saying, do he go on the run? Like, do he jump bail? Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm not gonna go on the run.
Like, do he need a place to crash? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like.
You would let me crash at your place?
Fuck no. They locking niggas up in LA right now. Fuck you talking about, nigga?
Right.
Hey, he here. Come get this nigga.
All right, okay, all right. Hey. I'll make sure not to tell you about my visa expiring.
Hey, that nigga what?
Make sure that's not
tripping
the
on shit right now. Go ahead, Elliott Wilson.
I want to spotlight. I think his name is K Cash or K.I. Cash.
It's your spotlight. You tell us.
You see it. Listen, smart ass. Fuck out of here, man. Fall back, man. It's my segment time, motherfucker. He's from Generation. I didn't realize he's from Generation Now. Your guys, our guys, Drama and Lake. I think it's K Cash. Niggas from New York.
Kai Cash.
Kai Cash. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm finally on the Kai Cash. You know what I say when I discover new artists? And then I put that thing up and they get excited and they're like, Elliott Wilson now me Kai Cash. I say I'm late, but I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here. Because I'm not here to be early. I'm a grown ass man, as you know. So I'm not the first nigga. Like I'm in my 50s. But I discovered the kid. I saw him. He's been around for a while, but Kai Cash. Saw the visual where he's rapping upside down. It caught my eye and listened to the song. I guess it's called You See It, Kai Cash. He's from New York. Gotta respect the fellow New York spitter right there, you know what I mean? And Generation Now lyricism. Just like Jack Harlow, he got bars, so gotta check that out. I like Moneybagg Yo dropped a new record called Close the Door. I don't know what it's related to, an album or just a loosey, but it's a great record. De La Soul put out, got two more. De La Soul put out anniversary edition of one of their albums called The Grind Date. That's the record with Rock Cocaine Flow with MF Doom. They got a song called Respect, which was a record that didn't make the album, but I think it's really good. Like, it's so unreleased record, which is dope. And it's just dope to see De La Soul on streaming. OG group. I know what the battles they had with getting their music on streaming from my Tidal days. And then finally, Ari Lennox dropped her single Soft Girl Era, produced by your guy Jermaine Dupri.
Y'all know what this is?
They did that New Birth sample. It's dope. But a little controversy too. Like I saw in a little the credits on the DSPs, it doesn't say Dreamville Interscope. It only says Interscope. But at the same time, I see Dreamville outwardly supporting it and tweeting it. So I don't know where we got there because, you know, she had expressed.
And she's going to be at Dreamville Fest.
She'll be at Dreamville Fest. So I don't know if it's officially still Dreamville or not, but seems amicable if it isn't. But, you know, let the salacious sites delve into that. And see
business
what's going
is
on.
business.
Business is business. But Soft Girl Era is a good record. I like it a lot. And shout out to Jermaine Dupri and Brian Michael Cox, too.
Are you going to make someone be in their Soft Girl Era soon?
What does that mean?
It means that because of your
can we do a soft boy
your masculinity and your ability to take charge and be in control of things, they don't have to worry about anything.
What the fuck is that?
That's a blanket. Yeah, soft girl era.
Oh
They'll be in their blanket. You know what I'm saying? You'll take care of somebody, basically.
Oh, he's finna pray. You said what?
We can pray, but you'll basically take care of a woman so that all their worries, they don't have to worry. They just get to
define take care of.
You know, make plans,
No.
really
more
help
just sharing
their
meals.
direction
No,
in life.
I'm not making
really
plans.
Be there,
I'ma
let
break
them
'em.
vent.
I'm gonna break them up top.
Yeah, I don't really make plans like that.
You don't schedule dates?
Hell no. I break them, so I don't even do it. I'll just call you and be like, what you doing? If I'm free, like, I pull up.
Wait, how much time in advance?
30 minutes.
30?
Well,
Yeah.
he looked at
You
his
can't
calendar.
get to nowhere
he's
in LA
like,
in 30 minutes like that.
I'm in the neighborhood. I got to be in the
Oh,
neighborhood.
you see where the pull up on him, so you're a stalker.
No, I pull up.
I just
I
happen
say,
to be in
hey,
East LA. What's
no,
up?
I'll be like, hey, like, what you, like, I'll call a girl or text somebody and be like,
what is it, bitch I know in the vicinity?
No, I say, where the fuck you at?
Love. So you lead with love.
Yeah, where the fuck you at? Oh, I'm here. And I'm like, all right, you want to eat? I'll pull up.
So it's an impromptu pull up.
Yes. I don't schedule because I'm going to break the plans more than likely because my life is
So it's not in your calendar.
tumultuous.
See, I make the problem of scheduling
that shit
plans
up.
and then not being able to follow through on it. Sometimes that's one that gets me in trouble.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why do that?
Because I overestimate my ability to follow through on the phone.
And then you text
Stop doing that.
Yeah, no, it's
and
not
then
good.
And then
It's
you
not
text
good.
and cancel, or you text and
No,
apologize?
it'll be like, hey,
You
like
dubbing them?
No, it'll be like, hey, I'm running a little behind. This thing went long at work. I might be there a little late, and then sometimes it doesn't happen. So I'm trying to get better. That's
So
my accountability.
what would you do in response to that, Jeremy Hick?
I shouldn't be making plans unless I know for sure that I can be there. It's simple. I know it seems simple.
Why do I seem like the radical motherfucker? Like I'm off the reservation when it should like it should be
Well, you're off
like
the
making
reservation.
sense. You know what
It
I'm
don't
saying?
make-
Just
it
don't make
makes
the
sense.
fucking
Yeah,
plan.
yeah.
Hey, bro, what you doing in 30 minutes? You want to go eat? I can't. All right, bet. I'm gonna go eat. You know what I'm saying? It's not crazy. It's just girls be romanticizing this shit like make plans. Tell me to just be ready at 8. Like, bro, that's fairy tales. You not dealing with a nigga that really got shit going on. You dealing with niggas, never mind.
I try to balance the fairy tale in real life.
Bro,
Sometimes it crashes.
niggas that's busy for real, I'm not thinking about that.
Girl, have you seen my calendar?
I'm not thinking about going somewhere with you at 8 p.m. on Thursday, bro. Like, I'm thinking like, oh shit, I gotta do a 2-hour radio mix. I don't have my fucking turntables. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Fuck what you talking about. Hey, you know what? I gotta eat sometime between now and 6 o'clock. And I don't know when that's gonna be. Why? Because my calendar filled the
You said
fuck up.
fuck an open table. We got turntables.
You know what I'm
to worry
saying?
about.
That's what's really going on, champ.
This is our. We'll do a relationship segment on the side on Patreon. On Patreon,
There we
if you
go.
guess want to hear our relationship
more
segment,
personal.
yeah,
More
we'll be more
personal.
personal.
Salute to all you niggas that could do it all like Russ. Do it yourself. Make plans, schedule time, and play dates with your girl, all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas can frolic around on the beach and roll around in the sand and do all that kind of cute romantic shit. Other niggas got real shit going on. Nigga, I'm trying to put fires out.
Fireman.
You know what I'm
You're not
saying?
just the Coast Guard, you're the fireman too,
Bro,
West Coast.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you get I got a cracked rim right now. Did y'all know that? No. I was late to set today because I'm pulled over on a 101, putting the air in my tire.
Cracked rim on your car, right?
Yeah. I don't complain.
could've
I just
paused,
I just do shit. So instead of me saying like, hey, you know what, babe? Like hey, you know, things ran over at late, blah, 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 blah. Fuck all that. Hey, my nigga, I got a cracked rim. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate the city and figure out I can drive 10, 15 miles at a time before I got to pull over, got an air compressor in my car, put air in my tire, and keep going. I'm not thinking about 8 p.m. dinner with you, champ. It's not what I'm thinking about, my nigga.
Did you predict a buzzer beater crash out from DJ Hed?
I didn't, and not over this. And not over this either.
Yeah,
I did not
DJ
expect
Hed with
that.
the buzzer beater crash out.
Who would have thought a soft girl era would turn into this?
Soft girl era triggered him.
Yeah,
soft girl era.
That was really what got him.
What are you talking about?
No, you ain't
You
living
inviting
soft
to
girl.
dinner in advance?
Yeah.
Asking her to dinner 4 days from now?
I don't know what
think
my
you're
life was
getting
like
a birthday
tomorrow.
dinner?
4 days from now. 4 days
I
from
might
now.
crack my rim on your
I don't
birthday.
know when the fuck I'm getting my fucking. I don't
shit.
know when the fuck is going on tomorrow.
Yo, soft girl era really
You know what I'm
triggered him.
saying?
Soft girl era. What?
I got a sinus. I got
Soft
a
girl
headache.
era.
I got an ear infection. I got all kind of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? The fuck you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
But tell them to find time to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, schedule that.
Schedule it.
Schedule your like and
Every
your
10
comments.
a.m.
You know what I'm
TBT.
saying? Shout out to the chat. Do
Every
all that
Saturday.
shit. West Coast.
Watch that Nokia video. It's out now, isn't it? Watch that shit. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, and talk about that Nokia video. There we go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The Bigger Big
Yeah,
Show! The buzzer beater crash out by DJ Hed. Soft girl.